Yeah, man.
Push the goddamn button.
The button.
You are live. Everyone's live. You probably can't hear me though, right?
I hear you.
Yeah. Sound great.
Tony's back. Hi, Tony.
What's up, boys?
Hi, Tony.
How was
What's
your
up?
trip?
It was a lot of fun. I popped in on one of my favorite wrestling podcasts of all time for a little bit. I enjoyed the beach. I enjoyed the food. I enjoyed the tours. Everything was cool.
Fantastic. Glad
Yeah,
to hear.
man.
It's good to have you back.
It's good to be back.
See, you got a More t-shirt on there.
Yes, I got a Moot t-shirt on.
Is that what is it? I'm having a rough time over here.
That's all right, bro. You look good.
I just took a shower.
I was
Tank
gonna
top
say,
net.
it looks like you washed your hair.
Worst.
Now, did you wash your butthole too?
Of course, man.
You gotta.
You got to wash your balls, your butthole, your armpits.
Oh, yeah.
You want to wash your face.
Now let me ask you. You use any kind of like scrubbing facilitator, like a loofah or scrub
Like a
brush?
loofah.
You like the loofah.
I have a loofah and I have a brush.
So you're like a liquid soap guy, or you like a bar?
I go between. Sometimes I use my Dr. Squatch. Sometimes I use my Harry's.
Funny you mention that. We just placed an order for Dr. Squatch. It should be coming this week.
What
wait
the
to try it out.
fuck is Dr. Squatch?
It's a quality product.
It's
Enlighten
like,
me.
like man-made soap. I don't know. They put like
Man-made
oats-
soap?
Yeah, they put like oats and dandelions in it. It's
Oats? What are you
Yeah.
eating it?
like-
You
Eat- That's how you clean out your inside. You eat the soap and you fart bubbles.
I'd be down for that.
We'll send you a stick.
Do you feel like you get clean with the loofah?
Do I feel like I get clean? with
Yeah,
the
like
loofah?
is it good for scrubbing things? Like when things need a little extra, like picking and scratching and.
I don't use the same loofah on my butt as I do my body.
Whoa! So now you're a two loofah guy?
He's a doofa.
With the brush.
Oh, he can't even defend himself.
He's a frozen doofa.
Shining Wizard's doofa.
Frozen? That's disappointing. I'm not having a good day over here.
Matt's gonna fucking throw something by the time. Someone get mad at another phone right now.
I'm just gonna go downstairs and watch TV.
Cancel the guest.
Can I ask you a question? Did you call your wife Lopan?
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? I was like, did he really just say that?
What?
Lopan's the dude with the long hair and shit, right? The fucking guy that killed everybody in Big Trouble Little Trouble.
Yeah. But I'm gonna wake up next to when he was like the old man Lopan.
Old man Lopan.
Yeah, right. Gross.
This is the second reference before the show even started that went over my head. What is Lopan?
Somebody
I got
write that down.
You're gonna have to Google that, buddy.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a GTS, my friend.
Yeah, I'm out.
All right, so this is gonna annoy me.
No, it's gonna be fun, dude.
No, if I'm all fucking choppy and you can't
It's
hear
choppy.
me.
What do you got? Your shoes off? Oh wait, you wear socks around the house, don't you?
Weird fuck.
I wear socks around the house.
I was yelling at my fucking car radio. I'm like, why are you wearing socks in your own home, dude?
Attaboy, Tony.
Socks when I go to your house, Tony.
Yeah, but it's my house. That's why. You don't want your talons all over my carpeting.
No, I don't want your talons all over your carpet because your feet are fucking hideous.
Wait, you mean these, Kevin?
Ah!
We got
So I would like to poll. We did run a poll on Twitter. Do you wear socks in the house? 300 votes.
Really?
67% said yes, 33% said no. And no, don't shake your fucking head, handsome Kevin, because you and this piece of shit down here, Shining Wizards Tony. Yeah, what?
Piece of
Yeah,
shit.
There's a group where we share our episodes. It's a retweeting group. Motherfucker in there, savage. It's like when someone voted many times for the pro wrestling president on their many Facebook accounts. So you two, these two right here, no, this
And
way.
I still won.
They're like birds of a feather. Handsome Kevin and Shining Wizards Tony cheating, just lobbying, cheating, lawyers, politicians, pieces of shit. You'll fit right in the wrestling business. You cheating sons of bitches.
Well, I mean, 2 points I have to make.
Yes.
One, whoa, Jesus
you.
Christ. One, the wording of the poll could have been a little bit better. I think there was a little bit lacking there because it's wearing socks in the comfort of your own home, not just in the house. Just in the comfort of your own home, you're not wearing socks.
in the
right?
house.
Like how hard and loose are we playing with the rules here?
See, that's what I'm saying, Matt. How hard and loose you playing? And then the other thing is, now the no socks was gaining ground. I'll make that aware. It was gaining ground up to 300 votes. I mean, through such a small sample size, if no socks kept gaining ground all the way through, I'm pretty sure we got the majority no socks.
No, I mean you can't go by the results of the poll. You can't just make stuff up.
Stop backpedaling.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying it's a small sample size.
Listen,
Small
you
sample
knock
size.
it off, you fucking carny.
The sample size is the size. That's what it is. The poll is the poll. You can't.
Yeah, but it's only 300. I mean,
That's a lot of people.
300 people is not that many people.
How is 300 people? Can you fit 300 people in your house right now?
In my house?
Yeah, probably.
All right. You're fucking rich. I get it. Could you fit 300 people in that studio where you are right now?
No, probably not.
Yeah.
No.
All right. So that's a lot of people.
But it's not that big of a room.
In comparison to 1,000, no. But
That's what I'm saying.
If you get 300 people in one space together, you're telling me that's not a lot of people?
What is there, like some odd 8 billion people on the planet?
All right, that's fair.
So 300 people is not a very large sample size.
But you can't manifest things that just don't happen. 300 people contributed to the poll. 300 people have spoken. The majority of that focus group said that they wear socks in their house. You can't argue that.
Well, I mean, I can.
Yeah, but you would lose miserably.
It's a matter of perspective.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Oh, your socks there, buddy boy.
Oh, me?
Big old sock guy.
Well, great. And I just want to put it out into the universe that people misunderstood the conversation because I hotel room people this weekend who one of them listened, and as I was getting to bed, pointed at my sockless feet. I said, "Look who's knocks." I said, "You fucking weirdo, knocks to bed."
How much of that did anybody catch?
I heard socks to bed.
Socks
to bed, yeah.
All right, start the fucking show. I'm gonna leave and see if I can fix this. Or
Like
I'm just not gonna come back. So
like
good luck.
I've heard of rocks,
like
boots
Fleet?
to asses, but socks to bed might be the new one.
It's a different one, yeah.
Who's joining us tonight?
Shepard Alexander?
That's right.
Fuck yeah, he's from
New
down
Japan
under, isn't he?
Dojo?
Or some shit. Yeah.
Might go down under.
Ooh, baby.
No, he's from New Zealand, I believe.
And I think
Is New Zealand also down under, or is that just Australia?
it's
Maybe,
weird.
no one, we'll ask him. How about
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll save it. I mean,
Well,
we
that's
can
good.
opine later. That's fine. And I think we've got a top 5 tonight.
that? You have your choice of top 5. Baby.
Holy shit.
We might do
Yeah,
two.
we have 2 top 5s.
We might have two.
See, I like this. He's got a smile on his face up above me to my right. That means we're going to be doing 2 top 5s tonight.
That's right. Top
We
10
got the
of
dude
Jace.
from down under, Kevin's top 5s, and a whole bunch of wrestling talk and all the kinds of shit to get to. And somebody please put up the picture because I'm going to play the intro coming up next on The Shining Wizards.
Got that, Kevo. Did I do that? Is that me? I think I did that. I don't hear the intro, T-Donk.
Are we really not hearing the intro?
Not hearing the intro at all.
Handsome Kevin, did you hear the intro?
Can't hear the intro, brother.
What in the fucking tarnation is going on here? Oh, boy. Oh, you know why? Because now my loopback decides that it needs to fucking update. Wonderful. Just so you folks know, Matt's not the only one with technology issues tonight. This is a fucking kick in the dick, I swear to God. Why is this not coming through? I heard it. Why aren't you guys hearing it? It's not making any sense.
It didn't loop back.
Oh, motherfucker. God diggity damn. Well, we could take the picture off. I don't know. When I get the intro going, we could do it again. Welcome, everyone, to the Shining Wizards, episode 633.
Unplugged.
Live on all the social medias, the Facebooks, the Twitters. I'm thrown for a loop because we're going everywhere that you go, but fuck all that. I said butt fucking. It's time for some wrestling talk.
And talk about wrestling.
Tony!
Handsome Kevin.
KJG.
I really apologize. I really don't know what the fuck is going on tonight.
Listen, man. So out of 633 episodes, we may have had in the last 5 years, maybe like 3 major technical snafus.
No, I think it's been more than that, bro.
Well, I'm just trying to, placate the numbers here. And one of them being 2 weeks ago. like I think we're doing pretty good. So please forgive us for all the technical difficulties we are going through right now, but that will not deter us from all the wrestling talk. Tony, how the hell are you, my man, other than this last 5 minutes?
I'm actually doing okay. You guys still hear me, right?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I got to play this because we talked about this gentleman. This gentleman came up pre-production. So
Moose?
pre-show.
This is Kevin Sullivan, and if you're not listening to the podcast, it's the Shining Wizards. I'm going to come to your house, and I'm going to lay underneath the bed. And when you go to get in the bed tonight, if you're not listening to this podcast, I'll bite your leg.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oh shit. All right. Well, at least I know like it was a stupid mistake on my end. So
Fucking love Kevin Sullivan.
Kevin Sullivan's the best. And he sounds so creepy in that fucking liner too.
It's
I love
awesome.
Yeah.
It's hard not to sound creepy when you say, I'm going to bite your leg.
Now, honestly, would you be scared if Kevin Sullivan bit your leg? I'd be like, holy shit, Kevin Sullivan's under my bed.
I would get it tattooed. I would get Kevin Sullivan's teeth marks tattooed on my leg if he bit it.
That's a fucking great idea.
Bite your leg.
I'll bite your leg.
The third leg.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
There's a tattoo for you.
Now we're talking.
No.
So let me ask you guys
one
this.
step too far, HK.
You guys were asking me about my trip.
Yeah.
How have you guys been? How was your week?
Oh, brother.
No good? Yeah, no.
I mean, Kevin, you go right ahead, man.
Yeah, a little under the weather on Thursday and Friday, but bounced back quick. Little, I think it was a stomach bug, but don't know. Little low-grade fever action, but kicked out. Didn't even bother taking a COVID test because I felt pretty good relatively fast. So, yeah, that stunk. But other than that, not bad. Had a little staycation for a little bit.
Nice. Good for you. Good
Yeah,
for
man.
you.
Yeah, man.
HK, I heard you got some weird dealings up there up in the Minnesoters.
The fucking weather up here is just drunk, man. It's all kinds of screwy. So last week we had it was almost 90 degrees, and then I woke up this morning after yesterday we had a winter storm, and this morning I think it was 20 or 19 degrees out, and they had just fucking icy roads, and it's going to be kind of shitty the rest of the week. So it's the weather is just kind of all over the map, man.
Yeah, man. Same thing here. Like in Jersey, it was literally 90 degrees for 4 days last week. It was brutal. And now it's back to regular April, 60 something degrees. It just messes with you, man. This weather. It's crazy town, USA.
Yeah, it's never good. Never good. How was the weather down in Paradise, Tony? That's what I want to know. You out there, right? You eating, you checking out some butts, right?
Bro, it was 77 every morning. It was 83 every afternoon. It was fantastic.
Yeah, where were you? Tampa?
Aruba, my man.
Oh, Aruba.
What's the language in Aruba, Tony?
The local language is papiamento. It's
Papiamento.
It's like a mix of Dutch and German and Spanish and English. It's like the mud of languages of the Caribbean, I guess.
Isn't that where
fantastic.
Joran Vandersloot killed the girl?
Hell yeah!
Yeah, man. He killed a bunch of dames, didn't he?
He killed the one girl and got away with it, and then he tried to double down, and that's what put him away.
Yeah, some girl tried to help him get out of prison or something like that. And then when he met her, like choked the fuck out of her.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, not a good guy.
Handsome Kevin, you seem a little taken aback by that.
I have no idea who this Vander Sloot is.
You don't remember the Natalie Holloway story?
Nah, I got nothing.
It was like the biggest story back in like Tony, how long ago was that? Was it Natalie Holloway? Am I missing?
Yeah,
her
no,
first
it was
name?
Natalie Holloway, maybe 15 years ago, maybe.
It was like the biggest story in the world. This girl met up with like these 3 dudes, and one of them was Joran Vandersloot, and they're saying that she's basically shark bait is basically what everyone's saying, but he gave her the heave ho, if you will.
2005, she disappeared. So it's Jesus, it's been almost 20 years.
Yeah, it was a depressing story back in the day.
Vandersloot is serving 28 years in prison in Peru for the murder of Stephanie Flores.
Yeah, that's right.
She disappeared. She was killed on the 5th anniversary of Holloway's disappearance. How's that for creepy?
Well, no, that's how you commemorate the situation.
Yeah.
I think that's how you do it, man.
Yeah. How do you celebrate
Yeah.
how do you celebrate the 5-year anniversary of killing someone? You kill someone else.
Gonna need a Vander Sleuth to crack that case.
Whoa, coming in hot.
God diggity damn.
What in Aruba, Tony? Let me ask you this: in Aruba, wrestling or no wrestling?
You mean the country itself having wrestling?
Yeah.
I didn't see any. I didn't come across any.
Okay.
There was wrestling on television. I managed to catch whatever AEW, a bit of what AEW had on Saturday night.
Isn't Tito Santana from Aruba?
No, that's his sister, Ariba.
Yeah, and he says Aruba.
Aruba! Tony, tell me you didn't know that's where I was going with.
Of course I did. That's why I said. That's why I said Ariba.
And those Middle Eastern cousins from Agrabah.
I could just picture like Jesse the Body Ventura like, no, that's Reba McIntyre, McMahon. Isn't Chico Santana from Aruba, McMahon? Why does he always yell that? Aruba.
Now that view that you sent to us, Tony, when you were on last week, was that your view every day? Because it kind of almost looked like you were over the top of maybe a parking lot. Was it a next door building? Was that you were in that room every day?
It was a Wawa.
Yeah.
Okay.
The building next door was the casino that's attached to the hotel and it's on the property. But
Okay.
If you craned your neck a little bit to the left over the side of the building, you can see the beach.
Okay.
So we did not have beach view available when we booked, which we understood. But it would have been nice not having this big bright casino light blaring through the curtains every night.
It's like the Kenny Rogers roaster chicken.
From
Seinfeld.
Bird of my brain.
All I see is a giant red light in the shape of a chicken.
Chop Sports Media being a little mean. Is Matt homeless? Asking for a friend. Internet kicked and he looks like he lost his beard trimmer.
Uh-oh. Matt already hates.
Yeah.
Not hates. But this is weird. This is going to be interesting. Shout out to Chop Sports Media doing great stuff, Dave, and the crew over there. I love those guys.
I tell you what, Matt, your screen looks a lot clearer.
Yeah.
So
Great.
maybe your shit is like coming together now. Maybe you're good to go.
Yeah. No.
Maybe it just spoke too soon.
No,
sorry.
No.
I'm gonna fucking smash everything.
As long as you do it on camera, even if it's every couple of seconds and we get freeze frames and shit flying through the air.
Go take all those wrestling buddies and just throw them everywhere. Just throw them. Like, squeeze them because that'll be like your stress release. Squeeze the buddies.
It looks like
It
I don't
seems
want
like
to speak out of turn. It looks like he's doing better.
No,
like he's coming together.
Customer support, fucking dick too.
Wait, customer support at your cable company?
Dick to
No,
go.
that fucking StreamYard, because everything else in the house is working perfectly. I'm at like 1.7 gigabajillion watts or whatever the fuck. Whatever the highest amount is, you could go. I'm cranking it through the fucking house. Fucking send these assholes a StreamYard a message. It works better if you plug in. I don't want to fucking plug in, asshole, on top of the
You can't plug in? You don't have like a little gimmick to get a hardwire in?
No, I don't have a little gimmick to get a hardwire in.
You got a little gimmick to get hard?
Fucking annoyed as shit.
He hates everyone.
See, I've got several bones to pick with Matt this week too, but I feel bad. You know, I feel like we can't do it
you
this
might
week.
as- people hear me or they're not at fucking point.
We hear you. We got you.
All right, what's your problem with me?
Do you want to start with the committee nonsense I had to listen to from last week's show?
I don't know if you saw, but the Can You Beat That Champion is requesting when to defend his championship. I don't know how the committee feels about that.
Well, the committee's going to take everything under advisement the way it usually does.
I like that.
So
That's a fighting champions
Yeah.
mentality.
I never saw another Can You Beat That Champion make a promo and put it out into the internets.
That's fair. I kind of like the new champ. It was sad to hear that Al lost. What is this bullshit about softball questions? I got to stick up for the committee here.
God, this fucking guy with the fucking committee.
I heard somebody to my left saying that these questions were all softballs.
I'm going to go to Kevin Garifo on this one. KJG,
Yo,
thoughts on the questions asked during last week's Can You Beat That Championship game?
well, they're fair.
Thank you.
Little light, little feathery, but
All right. Then I will
fair.
go to the game master himself, Shining
Oh,
Wizards.
the game master who
8K.
fucked up the game.
Whoa!
Listen, I'm look, the committee knows first
Oh,
week
so the
jitters.
you got a bone to pick with me, but not with the dude who ran the game and fucked it up.
I do want to ask Mr. Fuck Up himself.
I'm Mr. Fuck Up now.
In fairness,
Well, fuck me.
did anyone answer any of the questions correctly? I mean, there were a lot of ones and twos going on out there. A lot of people were not very confident. And,
Yeah.
and a few times I think the questions were answered incorrectly. Am I wrong?
So Mike did answer the final question correctly. And that's how we won.
How many answers did he have? It was
I
only
think he had 5.
it was 5. Okay.
Yeah.
But the other questions were like 2 answers and 3 answers, or 3 answers and 5 answers,
Mhm.
and they were both wrong.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you can have like softball questions that are a little light in the loafers when 2 of them were answered incorrectly.
You know, that's a fair point.
Well,
Matthew Birch chiming in. They were a bit easier questions than usual with Can You Beat That? I will send your complaints to the committee. We will take that under advisement. And I could suggest that the next competition be another slaughter the way they've usually been.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
So,
Oh, my God. Oh my God, people, if you're not watching on YouTube, if you're listening in podcast and streaming form, please go over to the YouTube channel and watch this. Dude.
He's gone. That's it for him. He's not coming back.
Yeah, look, I don't look.
Yes.
Bless you. Jesus.
I'll try to mute the mic next time I do that.
When we used to do the show on Zoom, it was a bit of a pain in the ass to set up because in order to get all the bells and whistles, I had to go through OBS. I had to make sure we had graphics. It was a lot more operation than it is for StreamYard. StreamYard is very intuitive. It's easy to use, but for some reason, it always geeks out on the audio. Like when we try to play the intros and stuff, it kind of like just mutes everything, takes it down. It makes things seem more Bush League than professionally polished. Now, maybe it's just me, but what do you guys think? Like, has it been a little more fucked up lately than it's usually been?
So other than last week, I hate listening to myself. So I really don't listen back all that much, which is a problem. And it's been a thing. It's been my thing forever. Other than when I'm doing like transcripts or something like that, I don't listen back to a lot of the shows. So, so I don't know. Like right now, it sounds fine. Like the three of us sound fine. I think this is just, unfortunately, it's just a Matt issue. And listen, I was going through the same thing before I hardwired. My Wi-Fi was terrible. The connection was brutal, but then I just hardwired, and I don't think I've had a problem ever since. So I'm not saying that Matt needs to hardwire. I'm just saying it might be something that he needs to look into. But if he's paying so much for Wi-Fi, I would also resist wanting to hardwire.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I have the beauty of my router like literally being on the other side of this wall. So when I'm doing the show down here, it's kind of rare that I'll have something interfere. But if somebody brought a new device into the house, or if there was a software update on something else, it could easily jam that signal. Like, I don't know how far away he is from his router.
His router's like downstairs, I think, isn't it? Isn't it in like a different room? It's like a different floor or a different room.
I'm not sure, but you're
pretty sure that's what it is.
So it may be a situation where if something's interfering, you may just want to go for the hardwire.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was the best decision I ever made.
Yeah, because you're away from the router. You're like downstairs.
I'm in a dungeon, man. Like I'm in like a legitimate like Hart family dungeon with no wrestling mat.
How do you go Hart family instead of Dungeon of Doom?
Because there's no like caves or anything around me. It's just it's like a basement, which is what the Hart family dungeon was.
Okay.
It was a basement.
All right. I hear Dungeon. I go Doom.
Listen, I'm with you. I'm a big Dungeon of Doom guy. I still want to do this. I want to make this happen, and maybe I will do it eventually when I actually get a good work ethic. I will.
When?
How old are you now, Kevin?
Yeah, almost 40.
Okay. I think we're pretty much set on the work ethic part.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
But when I get some initiative, and I will. I want to do a whole Dungeon of Doom timeline, like podcast. You may have done something like that. Have you or no?
Me? No, I'd love to, but no, I have not.
I would do a Dungeon of Doom, and I need CPA in on it, Nick, and I need possibly you in on it, and I need maybe like Brian Myers or someone in on it, and just do a complete like Dungeon of Doom, like weekly show just on the Dungeon of Doom from start to finish.
I think weekly Dungeon of Doom might be a little much.
No. Not when it comes to Dungeon of Doom. No, you can't get enough of it.
I could see extending it out, doing profiles on each member of the Dungeon of Doom.
Okay.
You could probably do like an episode a week on like appearances of the Dungeon of Doom.
I could do 2 hours on Max Muscle.
All right, you know what? I 100% believe that. I 100% believe that.
I don't know if 2 hours of Max Muscles putting asses in the seats, but
oh, it will. KJ, I could talk about a stick of butter. Ow.
I believe it.
And it'll pop number. No, I'm totally fucking around. There's no way anyone's listening to 2 hours on Max Muscle. In the comments, would you guys listen to Kevin talk about Max in the third person? Talk about Max Muscle for 2 hours. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No one's responded yet.
Yeah, so I'm thinking probably not.
How about 20 minutes?
You know what? If you made it a half an hour episode, you could probably get 2 or 3 years out of it.
That's a great idea.
Dude.
The podcast of Doom.
Look, our friends over at 30 Screams or Less review a horror movie in 30 minutes. And that's an hour and a half. I'm sure you can easily do a half an hour each week and just break it down, maybe 2-3 years worth. And once you're done with Dungeon of Doom, if you ever get done, you just switch topics.
Dungeon.
You could move on to the Major Brothers. You could follow both of their careers. I don't know, just ideas.
Who follows them? I don't know. Who's a fan of those guys? I don't know.
Fuck those guys, right?
I don't know anything about that, Tony.
You know what we could do each and every week though that brings everybody together?
Oh no, I don't. Do we have a format for this?
Oh, quick on-air production meeting. Just go. We'll just flop.
Let's wing it.
WWE. You got it.
All right. Yeah.
You got it.
Let me see. There we go.
Woo! Monday Night Raw, Finn Balor defeats Rey Mysterio. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez defeat Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed end in a double count out. The Usos defeat Alpha Academy. Io Sky defeats Mission. Who the fuck's Mission?
Is it Michigan?
All right, either way. She won.
Michigan, Mia Yim.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah.
Mitchin. Yeah.
Okay. All right. There you go. Solo defeats Kevin Owens on SmackDown. Xavier Woods defeats LA Knight. Damian Priest defeats Santos Escobar. Shinsuke Nakamura defeats Madcap Moss. And Solo defeats Matt Riddle. Quite the winning streak there. On NXT, Elba Fire and Isle Dawn defeat Fallon Henley and Kiana James. Eddie Thorpe defeats Javier Bernal. Those are not real people. Tiffany Stratton defeats Sal Ruka. Dragunov defeats Von Wagner. Joe Coffey defeats Tank Ledger. And Grayson Waller defeats Dragon Lee, Duke Hudson, and JD McDonough. Tony, take me over the top.
The huge fist used on SmackDown stage between 2001 and 2008 was 17 feet long and weighed 6,000 pounds. And a young Ricochet salivated every Thursday night. Pew, pew.
All right, Dynamites. AEW. Darby Allin defeats Swerve Strickland. AEW TNT title match. Powerhouse Hobbs defeats Silas Young, Tony's boy. AEW International title match. Orange Cassidy defeats Buddy Matthews. The Blackpool Combat Club, consisting of Claudio Castagnoli and John Moxley, defeat Brandon Cutler and Michael Nakazawa. Yowza. Referee's decision on that one. The Outcast, Ruby Soho and Tony Storm defeat Rio and Sky Blue, probably for the 8 millionth time. Chris Jericho defeats Keith Lee in your main event. Rampage, let's go right to it. IWGP Tag Team title match. Aussie Open defeats the Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta. Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, Mark Briscoe, we got to talk about this, and Satnam Singh defeat Man Scout Manning, former member of the Shining Wizards Network. Spanish Announce Project, Angelico Luther and Serpentico. Ty Valkyrie defeats Emi Sakura. Jack Perry, the Jungle Boy himself, defeats the chairman of the board, Sean Spears. And I'll go right into Ring of Honor. Oh, no, you go Ring of Honor, because then I have to do the next one. Or I can do Ring of Honor. I don't care. I'll go right through Impact. How about that?
No. Tony.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Jesus Christ, dude. It's the whole gimmick.
Tony, what do we do here? Take it over the what? The top. Oh, the top. Take it over the top, Tony.
Toy Story helped sell the Etch-a-Sketch. Michael J. Fox showed people how to reuse it.
I keep thinking Ring of Honor is part of the AEW umbrella. That's why I wanted, but it's not.
Well, it is. It's okay though. I'll blast through Ring of Honor and Rebellion.
No, I'll do Rebellion because I watched it.
All right. Well, suck me sideways. ROH Honor Club. Mark Briscoe defeats Ari Davari. Sky Blue defeats Kelly. Is it Madden?
Yes.
Or Madon?
Yes. Madon.
Madon. Darius Martin defeats Mike Bennett. Wheeler defeats Tracy Williams. Alex Coughlin and Shibata defeat the Work Horseman. Willow Nightingale defeats Little Mean Kathleen. Stu Grayson defeats Tony Nese. Women's World Title Proving Ground match. Athena defeats Ashley D'Amboise. And Claudio defeats Metalik. Tony, over the top, me bed.
Johnny Ace has more Meltzer-rated 5-star matches than Kurt Angle. It's true. It's damn true.
That might have been your best one yet. All right,
they'll get better.
I'm going to skip Impact and just go on Thursday and go straight to Rebellion because that's what matters. The pay-per-view that we did picks for, which I'm sure we'll get to. Champagne Singh and Shearer defeat Heath and Rhino. Oh, baby. Impact's Knockout Tag Team title match. The Coven defeat the Death Dolls. Impact World Tag Team Ultimate X match for the championships. Ace Austin and Chris Bay of the Bullet Club defeat the Motor City Machine Guns. A 3-on-4 handicap match, which confused me. Dirty Dango, Joe Hendry, and Santino Marella defeat the Design, Angels, Callahan, Diener, and Khan. Lots of stuff to go over there. Last rights match, PCO defeats Eddie Edwards. Impact Division elimination match, Trey Miguel retains over Jonathan Gresham and Mike Bailey, eliminating Jonathan Gresham first and then Mike Bailey second. He eliminated both competitors. In the Hardcore War match, Team Dreamer, Bhupinder Gujar, Frankie Kazarian, Killer Kelly, Tommy Dreamer, and Yuya Umayura. Oh, man. Defeat. I'm going nuts. Team Bully, Brian Myers, Bully Ray, Kenny King, Masha Slamovich, and Moose. Hey. Impact World title match, vacant, obviously, so we're guaranteed the next two matches, guaranteed 2 new champions. Steve Macklin defeats Kushida, and the Impact's Knockout World title match, Deanna Purrazzo defeats Jordan Grace. Title change. Tony, do me a big favor. I don't know if you could do this for me. I'm going to ask, but please, it'll be my only favor that I ask till next week. Take me over the top.
About 11,000 Americans injure themselves while trying out weird sexual positions every year. Ow.
I told you we shouldn't do that, Tony.
Yeah. Stop hurting yourself.
Oh, boy. What do we got? New Japan?
Yeah, that's you.
TMDK defeats the West Coast Wrecking Crew, Gabriel Kidd, Jet Setters, Mike Bailey, and Voladar Jr. defeat Chaos. Clark Connors and the DKC. David Finley defeats AR Fox. Zack Sabre Jr. defeats Tom Lawler. Tomohiro Ishii defeats El Desperado. Just Five Guys defeats Los Ingrenobles. Kenta defeats Eddie Edwards. Aussie Open defeat Hiroshi Tanahashi, Okada, and the Motor City Machine Guns at New Japan Collision in Philly. El Desperado and Voladar Jr. defeat Delirious and Kevin Knight. I don't know which one. Alex Coughlin defeats Tracy Williams. Clark Connors defeats the DKC. Team Filthy defeat TMDK. Just Five Guys defeat Homicide and Rocky Romero. Orange Cassidy defeats Gabriel Kidd. Los Ingrenobles defeat Bullet Club. Lance Archer defeats Fred Rosser. And Aussie Open defeat Chaos. Tony, take me over the top.
In the year 2000, the WCW World Heavyweight title changed hands 20 times and was vacated 6 times. Sounds like Kevin working a night at the Hat.
I have been vacated a lot.
Say hello to the O'Gearys for me.
Lion Benelli!
I've been disowned many a time. All right, NWA Power. Hair versus mask strap match. Oh, God, I hate saying this name. Gags the Gimp defeats Sal the Pal. NWA National Heavyweight #1 contender. Wait, what?
Yeah, no, that was just a 312 recap.
Oh, never mind. Then I'm done with that.
Yeah, just go to NWA USA.
NWA USA. Alex Taylor defeats Rec Titus. Non-title tag team match. The Country Gentlemen defeat Billy Tipton and Garrison Creed. Maxie Impaler defeats Samantha Star. Tony, real quick, help me out. Take me over the top.
And that was the last one, right? We don't have another one.
One more after.
Oh, are you kidding me? I only wrote 6 liners.
Right, you know what?
Closer.
I'll do MLW. How about that too? Dumpster
Awesome.
match. Matthew Justice defeats Manslaughter and Microman. And Real One, no ropes wrestling match. Davey Boy Smith Jr. defeats Alex Kane and Akira. Former guest of the podcast defeats Calvin Tankman. Tony, for the last time tonight, can you take us over the top?
You can major in wine at Cornell University, but you can only major in beer at Stone Cold University. Oh, hell yeah! Got you over the top for the week. Come on, that was a good closer, no?
It's
Oh,
not
it's a
bad.
great one. Not bad at all.
Kind of surprised that you can major in wine at Cornell University. Didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
Tony, do you want to go right ahead and bring in our guest right now?
We could do that. I just want to comment. Ryan Sullivan asking, Man Scout was on the Shining Wizards Network? Yes, he was. Stranger in a Southern Land. It was a fantastic show. It ran 100 episodes, ran its course. He called it a day, and it's somewhere in the archives, I believe, on Audio Boom, so you could check that out. Let's see before we bring in Mr. Alexander if we can bring in Mr. Matt any day now.
Let's see what
Come
happens
on
first.
in, buddy. Come on in, buddy. We're reeling you in. There you go.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Hi.
How you doing, man?
Not doing good.
I
No,
know.
you look good.
You look better than ever.
Yes, dude. I'm serious. Kevin's
No, it
absolutely
keeps
right.
doing it. I'm on fucking one little thing of the fucking Wi-Fi signal.
Is it? Can you? Oh no, you can't.
No, I can't fucking plug in.
No, I meant go
know,
somewhere
dude.
else. Is what I meant. But you can't because you're on the soundboard. So
Just had to go and get the fucking soundboard.
You're fine. You're good.
we'll work it out. Tony, bring in our guest. I got this.
I'm
Real quick.
embarrassed.
Oh,
I'm
wait,
embarrassed.
Unless
I'm
Matt wants it.
embarrassed.
You shouldn't be embarrassed.
Technology's a crazy son bitch. You can do the intro, Matt.
I don't know if anyone can hear me.
We hear you loud and clear, buddy.
Fucking annoyed. Sorry.
Oh, what a way to bring in our guest for the evening.
I'm all disheveled. I fucking broke the other microphone. I had to go downstairs and get the soundboard. I know all messed up. Wrong base over there. I had the bell.
All right. Well, Matt tries to get himself together. We are joined now on the Shouting Wizards podcast by Aussie pro wrestler, Young Lion, New Japan Pro Wrestling. He is Shepard Alexander. Shepard, welcome to the show, my friend.
Hey guys, thanks for that. I really appreciate it.
So let me ask you this. We talked about this before you joined the show. So when people refer to the term down under, does that incorporate New Zealand and Australia, or is that just Australia?
Like, it's really an Aussie slang, I would say, but you can spread it out to New Zealand if you want to be friendly and nice like that. But yeah, it's mainly Aussies.
But is it an acceptable term? Like if you're from New Zealand and you get called, say, hey, you're from down under, does that offend you?
I guess New Zealanders wouldn't be offended by it, but yeah, being an Aussie, like I'm just used to saying down under. We had John Morrison down here for World Series Wrestling not too long ago, and it was Johnny Down Under. So yeah, I think it's just more Aussie than New Zealand, for sure. Yeah.
So you were on those shows, the WSW shows down there?
No, I wasn't, but I have friends who was, and so yeah, I've just kind of been observing from afar. But yeah, they look like really fun shows.
Let me ask you this, Shep. The phrase "down under." Do you guys like make like sexual innuendo and joke like that phrase? Like, oh, you're going down under.
Yes, definitely. Awesome. When you're talking to a girl, it's definitely a good pickup line for sure. If you're vibing right.
Now, does it work when you're traveling to other countries, or does it work just on the local girls in Australia? Because I mean, they probably think it's like a hack line at that point, right?
Well, at this point, I do have a long-term girlfriend, so it's not really a line that I'm going to anymore. But in my younger years, it's girls love an Aussie. They love an Aussie. They love an Aussie who can go down under,
Oh.
So talk to me about that mural to your right that you have there. Is that a painting, or are those all individual comics?
They're stickers on the wall. So they're all individual.
That's pretty good.
So I could pull it off if I want to.
Oh no! Don't break them. Don't ruin them.
Oh no, I won't. No.
What's your favorite comic book character of all time?
I'm a huge Batman fan. Love
Nice.
Batman. Yeah.
Do you collect anything else? Do you collect toys or anything like that?
I used to collect action figures, wrestling action figures. Not that many, but yeah, more of just a gamer now when it comes to pop culture and things. So yeah, but I did go through a huge comic book phase. New 52. So more of a DC fan than Marvel, but each to their own, right?
I don't know if you can hear me, Shep, because my internet is dog shit tonight. But I had this conversation with some of my friends as we were traveling to and fro the New Japan shows in this weekend. Ant-Man the worst Marvel superhero that got his own franchise. He does nothing superhero-ish. He just shrinks and he rides a fucking ant. Who cares?
Wow. Wait. So Howard the Duck is better than Ant-Man?
He didn't get a series. He got one movie.
Oh, he got one movie. It was dog shit, so they decided not to go back to the well. At least Ant-Man had some.
You can't compare Howard the Duck from 1986 to Ant-Man in 2023.
Ant-Man was the impetus to taking down Thanos. You ain't taking that away from him. Am I wrong? It was Ant-Man. He did the quarks and the machine and all that shit. Come on.
I'm not there yet, dude.
Oh, spoiler from a movie from what, 10 years ago now?
We're not here to talk about comic books, though. Shep's part of the New Japan, New Zealand Dojo. I actually talked to Aaron Hanare this morning, and I brought up that you were going to be on the show. And he said you were actually a firefighter. And then you decided to give it a go at pro wrestling. Is there any...
He might have got a little bit mixed up there. I wasn't a firefighter, but I did used to be a police officer. So, yeah. So don't worry, I'm not coming for any of your drugs or anything like that. I'm very 420 positive, but yeah, I used to be a cop. So
I was gonna say that's rather presumptuous, isn't it?
So what?
Hey, you guys are from America, and just the assumption is
we're all on drugs. I gotcha. Yeah.
If you watched the last 10 minutes of the show and you saw the way I reacted, you would, so fair enough. So you were an officer to pro wrestling was the deciding factor. All in on pro wrestling.
Well, before becoming a cop, I'd already been doing pro wrestling back in Queensland, Australia, and I was just trying to do that life thing, where you get a regular career and you're just making money. And while doing that, I didn't agree with half the shit I was doing on the street. Like, busting guys with just small amount of weed, and other cops would be getting off on it. And I'm just more like, fuck that. Like, they're just trying to live their lives. You're making people's lives even worse by just adding more shit to it, adding more stress. So I think I was a pretty bad cop, to be honest. I was super lenient. Pull someone over for speeding. I gotta get to this place, and this time it's just like, all right, man.
So let me ask you this:
a bit slow next time.
Let me ask you this, because I'm a civilian employee at a police department in New Jersey in the States. So let me ask you this: was your hair long when you were a cop? Was that something that they
No. It was much shorter. I had it all shaved on the sides and a little bit longer on top. Originally, I didn't have a beard for policing, but then it just grew over time. Like I grew it over the Christmas time because we weren't allowed to have it kind of this length. It had to be longer. I grew it during the Christmas time / when I was doing driver training and shooter training at the academy. I came back from Christmas just with a full beard. But yeah, it was fun. I didn't have to shave every day after that because that was a bit of bullshit.
And we are on the line now with Shepard Alexander. Follow him on Instagram and Twitter at Shep Alexander PW, Facebook.com/Shep Effect, and of course buy his merch, ProWrestlingTees.com/AS7. Were you in New Zealand? Do you guys carry?
No. Yeah, in Australia and New Zealand, there's no carrying weapons or anything like that. Very against it.
You just got these bad boys, right?
Yeah, just these ones.
That's right, Daddy.
Well, even just one sometimes, that's all I need.
5-knuckle shuffle from down under.
That sounds a little inappropriate.
The down under 5-knuckle shuffle.
Oh yeah, I didn't even do that on purpose. I've been so off the last
He's
40 minutes.
lying. It's so ingrained in his psyche that shit just pours out.
Tony, that sounds like an issue for Ricochet.
Pew pew. Who doesn't like a finger or two in the bum once in a while, right, Kevin?
What?
So, Shep, you are part of the New Zealand dojo down there that Bad Luck Fale started. What did it mean to be involved in such a groundbreaking school down there? Because, Bad Luck Fale in Japan, the Young Lions dojo over there, for him to expand over to Australia and New Zealand, what did it mean to be a part of that?
To me, it means the world. Like, I am 100% dedicated to the New Zealand dojo, Farley Dojo. It's given me so much in life in terms of just my confidence, getting over like mental health stuff, and just being able to wrestle with actual professionals. People that really have a vested interest in what you're doing and your career. So like I'm super grateful because there's the Tamashi shows going right now, which are pretty much the Australian, New Zealand brand of strong. So America has strong, we're having Tamashi. And to just be the first wrestler, the first Australian in the first Tamashi show in the opening match, just means so much to me that I get to represent both my country and the dojo. So yeah, I love it. I recommend anyone who wants to become a better wrestler or just grow as a human being, look at coming over. My DMs are always open. I'm always open to having a chat to people about the dojo. And if there's people that are working as wrestlers in America, Europe, wherever, just let me know and I'll do what I can to get you in.
Did you I know you didn't wrestle on the last Tamashi. I said 8 o'clock this morning on 5 hours of sleep. I said it perfectly with Aaron Hanare, but now since I've thrown a fit of rage and I've lost all my faculties about me.
Pooped himself.
I haven't shit myself yet. Tamashi, were you a spectator for Tamashi 5 this past weekend?
This past weekend, no. So that was down in the southern states in Australia, and I'm currently up in Queensland. So yeah, I wasn't there for that one. I'm currently sitting at home, doing weights, exercising, making some money in preparation for the Wagga Wagga shows. So they will be end of May. So I think they're about to announce the actual dates for that. And that's the Oceanic tournament. So that's going to be having a whole bunch of New Japan wrestlers from Japan over here because it's a 3-day event.
What's a Wagga Wagga?
It's from Fozzie Bear.
So Wagga Wagga is pretty much just a city that's in between both Melbourne and Sydney. So it's just a few hours out from that. It's fucking out bush. That's the real down under Wagga Wagga. So all these all these Japanese guys on the main roster are really coming down under.
Well, I know the last set of shows, Shingo was there, Robbie Eagles made his return there.
Yeah.
Hiroki was there this past weekend. That's pretty huge for you guys.
Yeah, some really big names. And all those guys are such professional wrestlers. Robbie Eagles is really leading the way when it comes to Australian wrestling within Japan. He's made such a mark over the last few years, just killing it in the best of the Super Juniors, winning tag belts with Tiger Mask. Like the show that I debuted on 10 years ago in Australia, Robbie Eagles took training that day before I debuted. So he's been a very instrumental part in my own wrestling journey. Even though him and I aren't like best friends or anything, but he's such a nice guy and such a guy that has done positive things for myself and many other people within Australian wrestling.
Real quick, I noticed on your Twitter, you are very active in retweeting everything that goes on with New Japan. So you're obviously engaged in everything that happens there. Real quick, before we get back to you, what was your reaction to the Sonata win over Okada?
I'm a big Okada mark. I love Okada. I love the Rainmaker, but it just seemed about time for something to happen, a bit of a swerve. And Sonata changing up his look, going from the blonde to the dark, mysterious, brooding kind of guy. Like, I'm all for it. I love a bit of a direction, a bit of a swerve in wrestling. So I'm just keen to see what happens.
He looks like a young Minoru Suzuki.
Yeah. Ooh, sorry. Just,
join the technical difficulty party.
Yes, I'm part of the crew now.
It's a rough day, my friend. This was a rough day over here.
You said earlier that you're into gaming now. I see the PS5 low key, over your shoulder there. What's the games of choice these days?
PS5, like, go back and play a bit of Cyberpunk. I'm still getting through that, ever since they had the really crappy launch for that. I've been going back, and just the controls are so much better on Cyberpunk. But when it comes to PC, this is going to sound nerdy as fuck, but World of Warcraft.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
No Call of Duty, no Fortnite, no Red Dead Redemption.
No, when it comes to shooting, I'm more old school than Call of Duty and Fortnite. I'm a Counter-Strike player.
Okay.
So, yeah. Terrorists, counter-terrorists, global offense, that's my thing. Defusing the bomb. But yeah, so I haven't played many real battle royale games like Fortnite and I guess Call of Duty nowadays, because that's evolved that way. But yeah.
World of Warcraft, are you a healer out there?
Nah, I'm pretty
Nobody's
basic.
ever a fucking healer.
I'm a DPS all the way.
Of course.
Healing, there's too much pressure there. Too much pressure. I say that, but I know mates who just heal and they're just clicking one button for the entire raid.
I used to play years ago. I was into World of Warcraft, and I was a healer because that's the easiest way to get anywhere quick. Because the fucking people get so pissy, and I've just said no. I'm done with that. It's enough for me. I want to go back to you as an officer. Now, every officer that I know has just one hilarious cop story. So I'm putting the pressure on you now. What's the funniest cop story you got?
Oh, shit. You are putting me on the spot. I don't know about hilarious, but maybe just confronting. I remember going to a job like it's probably 1 a.m., really chill, just my partner and I driving around, no real other patrols on the road, just in the area that we're at. And we get a call, and it's a break and enter. They're like, oh, someone's like trying to get into this business. We need to go there right now. So we drive there, lights and sirens on, be like, oh fuck, need to stop it. We get a call saying that they might be armed as well, so we're very on high alert. And we get there, and it's this guy trying to break into this business, and rather than just trying to break the locks normally or whatever, he's got a big fucking chainsaw, and he's just at the door going,
It was Terry Funk.
It was Terry Funk, or at least his cousin, So we were like, holy fuck, this guy's got a chainsaw, and he looks methed out of his head. He looks fucked up. So we get out of the car, and instantly, like, it's a chainsaw, so we need a full-on throw our guns, point it at him, and he's like shaking from this thing. He turns around and he sees us. He's just, and we're trying to tell him to calm down. We're telling him to calm down, and sorry, just whenever I hit my headphones, it starts playing something, so I'm going to get rid of that. Anyway, we're telling him to calm down, and he just looks at us. He puts the chainsaw down, and fuck, I feel bad for this. He says, "Guys, I'm not good," and we're like, "What's going on?" So we're de-arming. And he kind of just turns to us, shows his butt a bit. He's like, "I've shit myself." And we're like, "What?" He's like, "I shit myself. I'm trying to get in so I can clean up. I shit myself." And at this point, we're just like, does this guy own this place and is trying to get back in? Is he locked out? Did he just shit himself right now?
Matt, I think this suffices the answer to your normal question. I think this is good enough.
Well, no. Have you listened to the Shining Wizards podcast? It's okay if you say no, but I ask every single guest, when was the last time they shit their pants? So unknowingly, you tied this all together pretty well.
Yeah. Well, my girlfriend and I were listening to your podcast the other day, and that question did seem to be a really recurring one, so I should have expected that. It's been a while for me. Been a while. I can't remember like within the last few years for sure, but I think there was an incident like 10 years ago while driving around, but that was pretty embarrassing, a bit fucked up. But when you get sick, that kind of thing happens, right?
Yeah,
But,
no,
it's been about 10 years. So like fingers crossed, we just keep that streak going.
So wait, so you said you were driving? No, because I see, because part of the shitting your pants is how far it gets and how quickly you can get to it to mitigate the damages. So like, did this get through like 2 layers or however many layers you were wearing? Like,
I'm pretty sure it destroyed everything.
Oh, it hit the
Destroyed
seat.
everything
Oh
on there.
God.
Yeah. It was a rough time. If I'm going to do something, it's 100%,
Attaboy.
including shitting my pants.
Okay, so was the upholstery material? Was it pleather? Is it something that you could just wipe off and move on? Is it something where you just got to give up?
I think it was just normal upholstery. But I think I had to have a deep clean.
Oh,
Now, I'm not going to give it away, but Aaron Hanare also has a pretty embarrassing story of how he shit his pants, and you have to go back and listen to the interview I did with him this morning.
All right, I will.
Let me ask you this real quick before we move on here. This might be like an ignorant question on my part, but were the bushwhackers a big deal for people in New Zealand, and did people react strongly to the passing of Butch Miller, Bushwhacker Butch?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So one of the guys I was originally trained by, his name's Slade Mercer. He's a Kiwi guy from Auckland. And he was trained by them when he was younger. So even within my lineage of my wrestling training, I'm connected to them. I've never known them myself. I've never met them personally, but I know lots of New Zealand wrestlers are quite upset by it. The scene is very upset by it. Of course, when you're losing a legend like that, like it's going to affect everyone around. So at this point in time, I know there's going to be indie Kiwi wrestlers doing what they can, to show tribute. And I guess that's all we can do at this point. But, grief is a terrible thing. But he's going to live on forever through other people's wrestling, through my wrestling to a degree. And will just always go down as a legend and icon within New Zealand wrestling.
Thank you for that.
With the scene in the New Japan New Zealand chapter, are you more of a Rogue Army guy, or do you want to are you looking to fight the good fight, maybe not join up with them?
I could go the Rogue Army direction because I am loyal to Fale-san. Fale-san's done so much for me, and he's so supportive of me. But at the same time, with most things I do in life, I'm very much a loner. I'm an introvert kind of guy. I kind of just like to rock up, take care of my business, and go home and look after my family. So I would see myself just being more of a loner at this point. Maybe if Rogue Army gives me a good offer and they can help push me to even greater heights, yeah, sure. But until then, I'd rather just prove myself independently.
Fair enough. But if you're a New Japan fan, you always need a stable.
You do need a stable. When I look at that, that's why I think something like Chaos might be good, because a lot of Chaos guys can go do their own thing, but then come back together and work with each other. So, yeah, we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, and according to the Wikipedia, Chaos will let anybody in. They let Trent Beretta's mother be a part of Chaos.
Well, I should be a shoo-in for sure then, right?
I forgot about it. There's people out there, they busted my balls all weekend. Sue's the leader of Chaos. Sue's the founding member of Chaos. Goddamn Orange Cassidy is in fucking Chaos. It's a sin. It's a sin, I tell you. I'll take Shep Alexander any day over Sue and Pockets and any other American people. You deserve to be in Chaos.
Appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much.
Hey, you got in the ring with this Gore character.
Yes.
He's a little horrifying.
He's a big man. Like when I say that, he's my height, but he's just thick. You know, right now I'm sitting at around 200 pounds, but he's a dude that's 230. So he's got 30 pounds on me. And it's just all muscle. And he hits hard, and I don't know if you guys have watched that match, but he threw me around like a rag doll.
His mask. He's the one in the mask.
Yes, he's the one in the mask.
It's a horrifying mask.
It is like in wrestling, there's always going to be an intimidation factor. You stand across the ring from someone, and they're going to have legendary status about them, or accomplishments, or even just a vibe, a personality that really just creates feelings of uneasiness. So going up against him was definitely a challenge. But myself, like, I enjoyed the challenge. So even though it's a little bit scary, I dealt with the chainsaw guy shitting himself. So I feel like I can deal with gore.
Yeah,
that's a valid point. Is your goal to headline a New Japan show, or is it to get to Japan? Like, which would you rather do first?
I think headlining a New Zealand Tamashii show is very achievable. However, my goals is to go to the New Japan Japanese dojo. So that's currently what I'm in preparation for, essentially. Because by this time next year, that's where I want to be. I want to be doing that training. I want to be working towards traveling around and being just on all the Japanese shows I can. And working with Fale-san and just everyone at the New Zealand dojo, that's very possible. It's very doable for me. They say if you come to a training school, you don't want to go somewhere where they're just making promise after promise after promise. In my experience with the Fale dojo, I haven't had that. I haven't been given a whole bunch of bullshit promises. I pretty much got told, you have an opportunity, you rock up, train as hard as you can, and make of it what you can. And I know, like, I've pretty much done a year now at the dojo, and just, working with Fale-san and Mark-san and Tony-san there, like, I know I can go to Japan. Nothing's been guaranteed to me, but I just need to put in the work, as does everyone that comes over.
Yeah, you kind of just answered it, but I was just kind of wondering what that process is like with actually getting to Japan, or maybe even if you wanted to come stateside and work in California. What is that process like in terms of, like, I know you said there were no guarantees, but like, what exactly do they tell you in terms of how to possibly get there? Like, you've been there a year. Like, how does that work?
Yeah, well, it comes down to essentially your training, your push, and your drive, because some guys will come over there. There's a guy called Nico Anton Bell, and I tagged with him against Gore and Jake down in Melbourne. So Nico's goals, he doesn't really want to go to Japan. He just wants to make New Zealand wrestling as good as it can be through New Japan. So it just comes down to the individual. If there's guys there that really want to go to Japan, that's their focus, like myself and Jordan. Like, we're doing the training, we're doing the work, and we're talking with our coaches, and we're letting our coaches know where we want to go. And those coaches are going to open up doors for us when the time is right, just as long as we stay consistent and keep working hard. So obviously, if you want to go, say, California, go over to Strong, those doors can be opened. I haven't really pursued that direction myself, but yeah, it is all possible. Fale-san knows people, that everything's connected. Everyone knows someone in wrestling. Like, yeah.
Are you? Is Fale having you guys make Chunko so you can be ready if you do end up in Japan?
Yes, yeah. We made Chunko in one of the final few days I was over in New Zealand. Not last week, the week before. So just the new guys that were coming up through the dojo, they hadn't really had Chunko yet. So we all did it as a community and just made that in the yard. So that was real nice. But in the past, when I've been there, we would do chunko 3 days a week, like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and one of the senior lions would step out from training and go make the chunko while everyone's training, and you come back from training and you got a meal there. And
Do you enjoy the Chonko? Is it like a culture shock?
like, I like the chunko. To me, it's really just a big brothy soup with some hard meat in it. So it's lovely. I could eat chunko all day, every day, because my diet is very like I'm always eating the same food. So if chunko was a big part of it, it would be easy to do. But it depends on who makes the chunko and what's in it, essentially, because you can make like a miso chunko or you can make like a salt chunko. Me personally, I prefer the miso. It just gives it so much more flavoring. And the other really important thing is the meat that's used in it. So you can use like chicken breasts or pork. But generally, if the meat has bone in it, to me, it's just not as good. You're having to fish out bone and put it to the side in the bin. But if it's just plain chicken breast, it's a good time.
So I'm gonna steal Matt's gimmick here and ask you this: if you ever do make it to Japan, and I hope you do, would you ever eat raw horse meat? Because Lance Archer raves about it.
You know, if Lance Archer talks about it, it's something I'd definitely try. I think I'd try everything once. Like, I may as well. You're over there, may as well try it. But yeah, horse is something I've never really considered eating or thinking about. You know, I've had kangaroo, I've had crocodile, but yeah, never thought about horse.
Kangaroo.
Yeah.
What?
You can get kangaroo so easy here. I just go down to the shop, and it's the
He looks out his window and stares at it, and it just drops.
Excuse me, guys, gonna go on a hunt.
Kangaroo tastes like.
It doesn't taste like chicken. It tastes like steak, like beef, but super chewy, super just.
Is it gamey or is there fat on it or?
Yeah, like there's a little bit of fat, but not much. It's mainly very like lean meat. So you can buy it and it'll have like a tiny strip of fat, but that's about it. Most of it's just going to be really lean red meat. So it's super good for you if you're bodybuilding or doing something fitness related, if you want like a good amount of protein compared to fats. But yeah,
wait, so you could go down to the store and get a kangaroo breast?
Yeah, pretty much.
This is horrifying.
Yeah.
They're so adorable.
No, they're not. They're nasty.
Yo, they'll fuck you up, bro.
I didn't tell you to go mess with a wild animal. They're nice from afar,
but far from good.
Yeah. Most kangaroos I've come across are really friendly and really nice, but you do see the videos of them boxing other people.
You ever see the video of the one kangaroo that attacks the guy's dog, and the guy runs up, breaks the dog away, and squares up with it and just punches it in the face?
Yes, I have seen that. That's
so satisfying.
I think at the police academy they showed us that video, how to deal with people and the wildlife. Make sure you check out this video, how to box a kangaroo.
Because it will happen.
So
it's gonna happen eventually.
So now I've heard this before. It's a yes or no. Everything in Australia is either trying to fight you or fuck you. Is that
New Zealand?
Pretty much. Everything is going to kill you, or would kill you, or will fuck you up in some way. Like, I'm surprised right now there isn't some fucking big spider around. There probably is.
Fuck, that'd be out. I wouldn't have closed this. Nah, fuck spiders. Fuck that noise.
Oh, we got huge ones. We got ones that are like the size of my head, if not bigger.
You seem like okay with that. I would be like, no, I'm out of here.
It's just part of everyday life at this point. You grow up as an Aussie.
The size of your head is part of everyday life.
Yep, you used to it. If I go out to the shed, there'll definitely be one in there.
What about snakes in the toilet?
Oh, snakes in the toilet. Like, I come across more frogs in the toilet.
That's the answer I wanted.
snakes will rock up randomly behind like a bookcase or something like that. So I've got cats. So if the cats become really skittish and they're like just hissing at a bit of furniture in the house, I know there's probably a snake in there.
Mama.
Yeah, I remember one time just sitting out on my balcony at home, just chilling out, and my girlfriend comes to sit out too, and she sits across from me. We have two lounges across from each other. I'm just playing on my phone, and I look up, and above her on the rafters is this big carpet snake, like fucking massive. And I say to her, just, hey, calm down, don't stress, but just go inside. And she's like, what? And straight away, she's like, what's going on? I'm like, just go inside. And she can see where I'm looking. So she looks up, and she just,
Oh no!
runs inside. I shouldn't laugh, but it was hilarious.
So do the police answer animal calls in New Zealand? The Mott Spock wants to know.
No, the police do not. There's just snake catchers that you can call 24/7. They cost a bit of money, but they'll come in and they'll remove the snake or animal from your house. And I've been at the dojo for a while now, but in the year before coming to the dojo, I probably had about 6 snakes. So one every 2 months at least rock up in the house.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, so they're pretty common. Yeah.
Yeah,
Insane.
I don't know if I'd be able to deal
I'm
with
good,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Just part of life.
No, not part of my life. Snakes and spiders the size of your head. Fuck that. He's like, come on, you just said I'd go out in the shed and there's probably one out there. That's horrifying.
Yeah.
What if it eats your face?
Just good defense, you know.
What? Okay,
There's-
so you were
There's
on
jumping
your...
spiders, so you need to be swat them real quick.
Fuck. Hold on. These things are as big as your head and they jump?
Yeah, there's
Fuck
jumping ones.
that.
You see them like in the wild, going after a mouse or a rat. They fuck those rodents up. They will just, they'll just be chilling out. A little mouse will come along, and bam. So
I don't know why I found that so funny, but I did.
Someone's asking, what is a drop bear?
drop bear. You don't want to fuck with a drop bear. You
I'm gonna Google what
really
that is.
don't.
Are they bears that just fall out of the trees? Like, what is that?
God, you hack.
Pretty much, they're a local legend. So if you're in Australia, you go out bush. There's things up in the trees. There's things in the dirt below you. There's things next to you running around. But a drop bear is the most dangerous thing because if you're walking along, you sit down next to a tree, want to just relax. Always be aware of what's above you because there could be a fucking drop bear up there that will just fall down out of nowhere and fucking rip your face off.
But what is it?
Not like those koala bears, is it? They look so cute.
Pretty much a drop bear in Australian legend is just a messed up koala. A koala that's been fucked up by whatever, just being out in nature and having to deal with all those fucking spiders and snakes that, they've had to adapt to be the apex predator of Australian bush.
So it's not like a mythical creature. They exist. Like, it's not like the Sasquatch or like the Chupacabra or...
It's more mythical than realistic, but it's something that everyone just needs to be aware of just in case.
Is there
Getting me?
is there a wrestler called the Drop Bear?
Not the Drop Bear, but there is a wrestler within Queensland, which is where I'm from, called Combat Wombat. And he is probably the biggest legend when it comes to Queensland wrestlers. Combat Wombat. So, if he listens to this, shout out to Combat Wombat. I salute that man. But he's the closest thing we have to a drop bear.
This picture is horrifying.
I'm gonna bring this to the States. I'm gonna make some phone calls and have the drop bear be a wrestler.
Okay, so you bring up Combat Wombat. I got to ask you. There's a guy who.
Oh no! I know where you're going.
It's a fair.
I know where you're going.
I've read 401 Mania forever, and there was a fella named Matthew Forcina. You may know him as Massive Q. Are you familiar?
Yes, yeah, I know Massive Q.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You train? Tell me how you know him. You train with him? You know?
Like
work with him ever?
I don't know him hugely on a personal degree, but within Australia we have these events called Supernova, which are essentially like an Australian Comic Con. So at those events, there's a wrestling company called AWF, and they will come around to Queensland, Sydney, Melbourne, wherever, and just do wrestling. So I've really only just known Massive Q through those shows, because early on in my wrestling career, he was one of the main guys doing all those shows. So I haven't had much to do with him personally, but I've seen him wrestle. You know, he's a big dude, can throw people around, but yeah, that's about my knowledge when it comes to him. I got no idea what he's doing nowadays, but I hope he's doing well. He seemed like a real nice guy when I have met him.
The other thing I got to ask you about, and I know these are all like Australia questions, and I apologize, but I got shown through one of my YouTube rabbit holes, Nathan Griggs, the whip guy.
I do not know that.
You got to Google that shit. He was cracking this big ass whip to Cotton Eye Joe, like in the middle of the friggin' Outback, and he's going, "Good day, everybody, Cotton Eye Joe." The fucking music's
Cotton Eye Joe a wrestler? That'd be terrible.
No, this dude's nothing with wrestling.
perfect.
Like he's got some sort of record for cracking like the longest whip ever or some shit, and people just like throw out music to him, and he's just like, "Okay, we're gonna crack the whip to whatever song," and the song plays, and he just dances around cracking the whip with it. Fucking cracks the
Sounds
shit out of
perfect.
it. It's hilarious. But
Well, I know at home we got this training school called 3 Count Academy. They're really good. They have really consistent training. And one of the trainees coming up there, I think she's looking at doing the same kind of gimmick with the whip. So there'll be something to look out for in the future when it comes to Australian wrestling.
That sounds dangerous and sexy at the same time.
The ultimate combo.
Nailed it.
So Shep, you said in a year you hope to be in the New Japan Dojo, but what's on your plate for 2023? What can people expect out of Shep in 2023?
So 2023, a little bit slow right now as I'm preparing for the Wagga show. But then after that, I'm looking at probably doing a local match just at home against one of my peers. And then after that, I'm probably going to go over to Europe and do a bit of a tour around there. I'd really like to go to Germany, WXW, go over to the UK. I've got one of my mates over there, CJ, right now, who's fucking wrestling 3 times a week. He's killing it. So he's working with Marty Jones over there. So I'd really just like to go over and work on my British tech. Over there, I wouldn't be wrestling British tech style because so everyone else would be over there. So I just bring my own style. But yeah, I feel like within my game of wrestling, there's still so much to learn and still so much to get better at. So this year is going to be mainly about just getting more opportunities around the world and just learning at the same time.
Nice.
Well, this has been a lot of fun learning about Shep Alexander. I know a lot of Western fans aren't familiar with what's going on that side of the world, but you listen to the Aaron Hanare interview I did this morning. You listen to Shep. New Zealand, Australia, that area of the world is very represented in pro wrestling, and I don't know if people realize that. Like Rhea Ripley, Grayson Waller, Jay White, all those. It's kind of starting to become a breeding ground, and I think the New Zealand Dojo is only going to help further those causes.
Yeah, definitely. There are so many good wrestlers in Australia and New Zealand, just people that you haven't even heard of yet, but in 5 years' time, you're going to know about them. No matter what state I go to within Australia, there's amazing wrestlers. Amazing. So I just can't wait for the world to see more of them, and myself included. So I want to lead the way through the New Zealand dojo, become the best wrestler I can, at the same time become the best person I can be, and just keep doing what I can, keep doing what everyone else can, so that we can grow the wrestling scene. These earbuds keep on falling out. Holy
Bro,
shit.
Perfect.
Shep, it's all good. We appreciate the time. I know it's early over there. Before we let you go, is there anything else you want to leave the fan listeners who might be tuning in for the first time checking out Shep?
I would say check out New Japan World. Check out the Tamashi shows if you haven't already. There's some amazing matches on there. From the second tour, Carl Fletcher versus Robbie Eagles in Melbourne. Those two just tore it down. Two Aussies that are really fucking amazing wrestlers. But yeah, check out the Tamashi shows. If you're a wrestler, you want to really up your game, message me. I'll do what I can to help whoever, achieve their goals, achieve their dreams. And yeah, you're going to be hearing a lot more coming out of New Zealand Dojo over the next few years. I guess the other thing I just want to say, to all of you, thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it. It's been great to talk to you all. My girlfriend and I have had a lot of fun over the last week or so, just listening to your past interviews.
Oh boy!
So that's given me some preparation of what to expect. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys. I love when people are coming together and just showing their love for pro wrestling and just being able to talk about it. So yeah, thank you to all four of you.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us tonight, Shep. This was amazing. Or this morning, wherever the day finds you halfway around the world.
Next week.
Yeah. Day's just starting for me, but I hope you lads have a good night.
Likewise, Shep. We really appreciate the time. Remember, guys, follow Shep on his Twitter and Instagram at Shep Alexander PW, Facebook.com / Shep Effect, and go check out his Pro Wrestling Tees store, prowrestlingtees.com/AS7. Shep, we will stay in touch because when you start hitting it big, we're coming back to suck on that tit, brother.
Sounds awesome. This tit's all for you, boys. So,
that's right. We're getting some of that New Zealand TD milk, but
keep the left one open for me.
Milky action.
And hopefully one day you get an excursion to America and we could see at a show. That'd be awesome.
It's gonna happen, and when it does happen, I'll give you guys a heads up. All right.
Awesome. Hell yeah, Shep. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Watch out for giant fucking spiders and snakes and tree monsters and whatever other crazy shit you got.
Cookie monsters.
I'll keep an eye out. I'm ready to go at all times.
Tree frog.
Shep, this is great. Thank you, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks, Shep. Be well, brother.
Have a good one.
Likewise, Shep Alexander, everybody. Be sure to give him a follow on the socials. Back to this. Bring him some. Hey, Shep.
He's still here. What's up, Shep? This has been a day, bro. And his is just getting started.
Yeah.
Oh, love it. I'm a fan. I followed him. Guys, can I tell you? Top 5.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Boom.
That was a blast.
He was such a good dude. Like, I'm very happy. Matt, great booking. That was a tremendous guy.
I feel like it was somebody on our Twitter feed had mentioned they would like to hear him on the show, so I reached out, and I'm glad it worked out.
It was perfect. Couldn't ask for a better guest.
Serendipitous with Aaron Hanare this morning, so it's all
good hour strong, eh?
Oh my God, it was such a great guy, such a fun talk.
Can I be honest with you real quick?
Yeah, buddy.
When you said you were interviewing Hanare, I thought you meant Hanma, and I was like, his English is that good?
Gandhi? Mahatma?
I'm like, oh my God, he's interviewing Hanma Mania. That's going to be awesome.
It was not Hanma. No, it was
then when
not.
I started watching the video, I said, oh, Hanare, okay.
Fucking.
I don't know why
he wanted to do. I'll give you a bet. He wanted to do the interview before the next tour started, and like Monday was like peak time, and I'm like, God damn it!
So you did it.
I did not get to go out. I was gonna go out for drinks last night with the newest member of the Bullet Club.
Who? Orange Cassidy?
No, Clark Connors, man. But you know, we the show ended and then we went to get cheesesteaks, but there was no fucking parking, and I was getting really annoyed about that.
Where'd you go for cheesesteaks?
We were trying to go to Pat's or Gino's. The parking.
You gotta go to South Street, go to Jim's. Fuck those guys.
We can go to South Street.
Tony
Should have
Luke's.
drove up the road, bro.
So we just
Babaloo's.
I was like, you know what? It's late. We still got like an hour 40 ride home. Like we're just gonna go on home. And I gotta be up early.
Oh, boo.
No, it was fun. It was a good weekend though.
Clark Connor's butt hurt. Was he offended?
No, Clark Connors didn't give a fuck. He was flying high, bro. He's the newest member of the shittiest faction in New Japan Pro Wrestling,
No way.
led by fucking dickhead David Finlay.
No.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I blew. My voice was fucking shot. It sounded like shit this morning.
You want to hear Nate Griggs cracking the whips to Cotton Eye Joe?
Yeah,
So whenever you say that, it sounds like such like a terrible thing because I keep thinking Cotton Eye Joe's a person and not the song. And like it sounds so bad.
Wait, let me see if I can pull it up without a commercial. Let me see.
all right. How
Today's is Trick Tuesdays for a request all the way from America. This is the land down under. Here we go.
I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? I've been Cotton Eye Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go?
It's literally him in the Outback just cracking his whip to the music.
God damn.
Find the weirdest shit when you're on YouTube journeys, man.
All your journeys are weird. What's the casino in Aruba?
All right. Fuck gets kicked off the fucking Streamyard.
Hey, do us a favor, bro.
Not you, me. I'd be fucking thrilled. I would have to worry about one bar.
We are the bar.
I'm still hot about this.
Oh, you ain't got to get hot about it, kid.
I'm very hot about it. But you know what I'm not hot about, T-Donk?
What's that, Maniac Matt?
The Shining Wizards Network, home to a variety of excellent shows. You want to go over to shiningwizardsnetwork.com and you want to check out such a variety, right? You like professional wrestling. You like comedy. You like horror. You like heavy metal. You like a watch along. You like action figure talk. You like throwbacks. You like post shows, right? Right after AEW Dynamite, boom, Mark Order podcast. You want some figure talk, the TOTS pod. You want to hear about some horror movies, 30 minutes or less, 30 screams or less. This week, Wizards Network, Mark Order podcast, episode 107, right after the latest episode of AEW Dynamite, another whirlwind episode. Ryan and Anthony talk all things AEW. Over on Radioactive Metal. Snowy and Company down and dirty. Bud Light Kid Rock situation, which I just found out about yesterday. And boy, people are fucking stupid. Our buddy, Milwaukee Tom, him and Will Mercier Jr., they got a ROH Revelry. And that's Supercard of Honor 2013. The inconclusive breakdown, they aptly named their latest episode Suck My Tongue after the llama. Check that one. 30 screen less, Winnie Pooh, Blood Honey. That's a real horror movie. And our very own Handsome Kevin, Duke and Rogue, covering WCW Sin from 2000. It'd be a sin for you not to watch it. Waka Waka. And there's other shows. The Broadcast is there. Turnbuckle Throwbacks, Wrestling Night in Canada. It's all available at shiningwizardsnetwork.com. Check it out. And if you're enjoying this podcast, right? If you enjoyed our interview with Shep Alexander, you enjoyed our time with Vinny Pacifico last week, you enjoyed me being an absolute raving fucking lunatic. Well, guess what, people? I need new equipment, so you should support our Patreon. Patreon.com. That was a joke. My equipment is fine. I have the soundboard. I have a different microphone. Maybe I need a new router. I don't know. We'll figure these things out before our next episode. But if you want to check us out on our Patreon, patreon.com/Wizards Podcast. $1 a month, you get mentioned every week. $3 a month, you get access to all of our bonus content from now and all the way through to the beginning of our Patreon. $5 a month, you get a shout out with your social media, your website, whatever we can do to support you. $10 a month, you go into the monthly drawing where you pick a winner and you get to decide how you want to be a part of the show. At this time, let's thank Kathy Hummer, Queen of the Shining Wizards, Manny Kratzo, the King of the Shining Wizards, Danny Rusinello at not Danny Russ on the Twitter machine, Anthony Rusinello, Sean Toe, Sean Calejo, Kate Hensler at Miss Kate Fabe on the Twitter machine, Matt Garifo at WhoDatMatt81, Christine Friesendorf, Mark Parloni. Happy birthday, Mark. Thomas Cops, the Mott Spock at High Five Tom, Kieran. He's my Bread Club associate. Bon Beasley, Eric Freeds, S.J. McDonald, Michael Hammond, Matthew Birch, Braden Bergen, Brendan Haney, Ryan Schlong at Mark Order Pod, Asian Joe, the Can You Beat That Champion, Mike Peterson at LOL Mike Peterson, Ben Rogue, he's at Year of Pod, he's at JJ Rogue Means, he's at TOTS Pod. And last but certainly not least, he's got a Twitter account at W Mercier Jr., the one, the only William Mercier Jr.
Lives are going to be in William Mercier's hands. You know what I mean?
Kevin, do I ever know what you mean?
I believe that you do, my friend. Totally get there.
I saw you guys did Over the Top. I saw a couple. I didn't see it all, so I know that's out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you guys caught up with each other while I was having a meltdown, so that's always good.
Been there, done that.
I went to the New Japan shows this weekend.
Of course you did. How'd that go?
Oh, my God. It was so much fun.
You and the Mark Order crew plus the doctor.
Saturday night was me, Kate, and Anthony. And then yesterday in Philadelphia, Mr. Ryan Schlong and Daniel joined us.
Where was the first show? You went to DC?
Yes. The first show was in Washington.
How big were the venues? Because like the pictures that you had posted, the venues didn't look that big. Were they bigger than what they appeared in the pictures that you put out?
Philadelphia was the 2300 arena, the old ECW arena. That was sold out. Because they had signs all over the doors that they weren't taking any more tickets, and there was a really good house there. DC was kind of like where the DC WNBA team plays, apparently.
How many people would you figure that held?
12.
No, not even
300. That's a lot of people.
No, it probably held between 2,000 and 4,000.
That's pretty damn good.
It wasn't full. Like, I'm not going to pretend like it was full, but there was a good house there.
Not a show.
What? So WNBA teams have their own venues now? This is a thing?
Usually they're smaller arenas and they share it with like maybe a college.
Yeah.
Or for these smaller events, maybe they do some comedy shows.
I've headlined there.
The Washington Mystics. They play at the Entertainment and Sports Arena. Let me see here. Can I get a?
So like the Liberty plays, like the Liberty play at the Garden, but like maybe like a smaller market team like DC might play in a venue that can fit 4,000 people. Which is perfectly fine.
The DC Arts and Crafts Artatorium.
Flea market.
It's the Entertainment and Sports Arena, capacity 200.
How much?
4,200.
That's pretty good. And how many people would you say were actually there? Like 1,000, 2,000?
I'd say between 1,500 and 2,000.
It's awesome, man. Listen, so like I don't, Matt, you know way better than me, but like New Japan, like when they come stateside, other than like New Japan Strong, and I don't know like what they do there, like their studio shows or anything like that. But I feel like any audience that they get that's in the 4 figures, I feel like that's a win to me.
100%. So New Japan Strong this is what they're doing now. They're no longer doing studio tapings. They're doing these special shows.
Oh, that's news to me. So they don't have a TV show anymore.
Well, they do. It's just so like Battle in the Valley, which took place in February. They turned it into like you could pay whatever to see it live as is, or you can wait for it to come out on Strong and it's chopped up to tell the stories.
Gotcha. So this was like a taping per se.
Yes. So there's
Gotcha.
running. So now the next set of Strong between now and May, when the next set of tapings is, all this will be shown on their New Japan Strong.
I don't know why I thought these were like kind of just like house show, like live event, like special type deals.
I think the idea was that to get people a little more invested in it, to have some kind of continuation, as we're going through.
Were they like marathon, like Impact tapings, or were they swift to the point?
They were. So New Japan always announces their cards beforehand. Each night had 8 matches. And we were in and out between, I think DC was a little over 3 hours and Philly was about the same time.
Gotcha.
Because it's go, go, go. They're not like, everything's happening. There's no like, okay, like now we're going to do like an interview segment. Like Lance Archer beat the ever-loving dog shit out of Fred Rosser. And then after the match, he got on the mic and called out Tony Khan and Kenny Omega, and he's coming for them. So it's just go, go, go.
So Lance Archer basically said he's coming for, I'm assuming, Kenny's U.S. championship, national championship?
U.S. championship. So last night in Philadelphia, Archer versus Fred Rosser. The winner of that goes on to Dominion to face the winner of Ospreay Tanahashi.
What are your thoughts on where Lance Archer is right now in the wrestling landscape?
He's presented in New Japan. He is in a.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Always. So it was a good time. It was a great time. We got new open tag team champions. Aussie Open won.
Yeah. They beat the Guns, who obviously this will tie into Impact at some point, where we can get to. But yeah, that was I didn't even know that when I watched Rebellion, so I didn't even know that they were beltless. The Guns.
Yeah, they beat the Guns and Okada and Tanahashi in a 3-way dance.
How was the crowd? I mean, not as far as like people there, but is it a hot crowd? Was the crowd really into the whole night?
Oh yeah, especially obviously for the bigger names, Naito, Tanahashi, Takahashi, Sonata, but like, they have their favorites. They fucking hated Eddie Edwards, and I don't know why. It was the weirdest thing.
Eddie Edwards is such a weird dude.
To the point where people were chanting "Fuck you, Eddie," and people were like, "We want Davey Richards," and I'm like,
"What?
What, guys? What are we doing here?"
Yeah, Eddie Edwards is the nicest guy in the world. So like, I understand maybe like you don't like him as a character because it's weird, but like the fact that you're chanting that you want Davey Richards,
I say we want Davey is over the line.
Like, I love Eddie Edwards. He's the man, but I don't always like his direction and the fact that but I would never chant for Davey Richards over Eddie Edwards ever in my life.
Why, you jealous of his big dong?
Oh yeah.
Look who you're talking to, Tony.
Oh, that's why I asked.
Totally fucking around.
But it was a lot. It was a lot of fun. The both shows were great. I saw LSG in Philadelphia, so that was cool.
Nice.
Just a great time.
Awesome. How was the crew? Everyone good?
Oh, everyone was great. We got new members of the Bullet Club. Clark Connors joined the Bullet Club, so that's a pretty big deal. Juice Robinson beat the shit out of Fred Rosser because he talked about Tony Storm, so that was fun little story.
Speaking of Bullet Club, Matt, real quick, I don't want to jump ahead, but before we get to like top fives and all this great stuff that we have coming up on the show, thoughts on Jay White's AEW kind of debut-ish thing? What did you think about that?
I thought it was great.
Did you?
Yes, I it's not the WWE, so that's a win.
WWE is awesome.
WWE is awesome.
Right now it is. I think. I mean, I love AEW too.
Thoughts? How's the rest of the room feel about the WWE right now?
I've been enjoying the product.
Okay. I know we talked about Raw after WrestleMania last week, and it felt
It was
little flat.
Raw after WrestleMania this year was a real dump. I mean, it was a shit in the living room, but you're allowed to have a shit in the living room every now and again.
No, absolutely. I agree. No, I just didn't want him to go to the WWE and get like some fucking dumb name and then kind of just become like some fucking mid-card job guy, which could easily happen in AEW.
It's exactly what's going to happen in AEW.
So
Somebody's got to job the pockets.
I may have yelled at a bunch of people last night.
And by
Why
May,
would-
you
would
did.
Oh, 100%. When David Finlay came out and they were like, we want Jay White. And I'm like, you're the same motherfuckers that rooted for Eddie Kingston to beat him. So you reap what you sow, you fuckers. You wanted this. Enjoy it now. Enjoy fucking David Finlay and his fucking stupid shillelagh.
Give me what I want.
A shillelagh.
There'll be a lot more anger on the next episode of the Bread Club. I could talk about fucking New Japan forever, but I don't want to bore you guys to death.
I'm kind of engaged. I like when you're fired up, but these guys are probably bored.
Tony looks like he's ready for a nap.
Fuck Jay White.
Fuck you.
Fuck him in his hiney hole.
Fuck you in your hiney hole.
Defending, hey, you guys, you reap what you sow. I could only imagine pontificating Matt trying to tell these people the old what for when they're fucking chanting against Jay White.
No, they were chanting for him, asshole. They
For
wanted
his
him back.
Yeah, well, you're the asshole because he's not there anymore. So how you like them apples?
I never wanted him to leave. I was never cheering for fucking cheeseburger eating hernia Eddie Kingston.
Fucking cheeseburger Eddie.
I didn't want that. But everybody else did. Oh, Eddie Kingston, he's cool. He says partner and he fucking looks like his promos are so real. He should definitely beat Jay White, and he'll never be able to step foot in a New Japan ring again because he knows the history of all Japan wrestling. Well, good. Enjoy fucking David Finlay, you dick knockers.
I knew Kate was going to chime in. I knew it.
Of course she is. She's
absolutely knew it.
Partner.
Leave my man alone, Kate the Great says.
So Kate's into guys with big bellies.
I told her, I said, if you're into guys with fucking fat guys with hernias, I'm your man.
Yeah, you're married to Lee Pan.
Low pan, not high pan.
I got a funny Sumi Sakai story.
Oh,
I'd love to
please
hear
tell.
a funny Sumi Sakai story.
So where we were in DC, we were in the first bowl, second row, and it was opposite of the entrance. So it was kind of like probably where they bring all the ring equipment in. So wrestlers would come out there and just kind of stand there because they were kind of hidden to watch the matches. So I saw like Air Fox and Eddie Edwards and Kevin Knight and all these other fantastic talents.
Was it Black Kevin Knight?
It was.
Oh shit.
So then I saw Sumi Sakai and she ran by. I said, "Hi, Sumi Sakai," and she ignored me. Maybe she didn't hear me. I don't know. And then she ran by again because she had to escort Kushida up to get his DoorDash food. Yeah. Oh yeah, he ordered fucking DoorDash, bro. They ran up the stairs together.
Ever do a non-drink spit take? I literally just spit on myself.
And then I said, "Oh, hey, Sumi Sakai," and she ignored me again. So then Kate had like the sniffles, allergies, some sinus infection, whatever. So we got to the 2300 arena early, and there was a Target within walking distance. So we found a parking spot. We walked down to the Target.
Target.
Tony can't contain himself.
We have time. Let's go to Target.
Yeah, doors were not till 4. We got there at about
doors at Target weren't until 4.
Oh, the arena, you wizards. We got there like 3:15. So I said, we're gonna walk down to the Target, right?
Did you stop at Chuck E. Cheese on the way?
You're not allowed to in Chuck E. Cheese without a child.
Oh, Kate was there with you.
Did you have one?
No, but to keep the kitty touchers out, you're not allowed in there without a child.
Hey, can I borrow your kid? I want to get some pizza.
Animals or something special. Can I borrow your kid so I can watch my favorite band?
I'll babysit for free. I just need some pizza and skee ball.
I've been playing with these guys forever. Let me borrow your kid and let me see these animatronic robots play their hits.
So we walk down to the Target. And Kate gets her Claritin, and I guess she has to show ID and all this stuff. And I wander off because I need an energy drink. So I wander off and I come back, and we're at the pharmacy. Kate's doing whatever, and Ant's standing by the end cap, and right next to him is an Asian woman doing something. And I went, "Oh, what's that, Sumi Sakai?" And Ant goes, "It is." And I was just like, whatever. He's been a fucking dick the whole trip, so whatever. We've been busting balls, right? So I'm like watching Kate, and she's got a problem with her fucking license or something stupid. The lady turns around. I go, "Oh shit, it's Sumi Sakai." And Ant goes, "I fucking told you it was Sumi Sakai, stupid."
This sounds like the Briscoe Dunkin' Donuts story.
What was Sumi Sakai buying in the Target?
Claritin.
I think she was there because Tanahashi broke his ribs, and she was getting some kind of medication for him.
Maybe some bandages.
Did Tanahashi come out with bandages around his ribs like Diamond Dallas Page for all of 2099?
Tanahashi did not wrestle the second night because he had broken ribs.
Poor guy. Yeah. Oh, I broke my ribs. Hey, Sumi, can you go down to Target to see what you can get for me?
Hey, I broke my ribs. Sue me.
She's the fucking liaison, just like you're the liaison for the committee. Sumi Sakai is the liaison for the Japanese talent.
Sumi was there back when we first did our live gimmick at PWS, right? Wasn't she there?
She was Jushin Liger's
liaison. If you will.
She was there with Evil and Belleville when I got my picture with Evil.
Evil. Wait, Evil was in Belleville.
He was in the fucking as whatever his fucking name was before he was Evil.
Now, do you?
I know this because he used to work Broadway all the time. I'm not gonna remember it in time.
I was gonna say, do you think Evil shows up in Belleville and goes, "What the fuck happened to me?"
Belleville is Evil's tag team partner. It's Evil and Belleville.
Watanabe.
Yeah, Watanabe.
Yeah, he was in a fucking battle royal because he was on excursion and Sumi was just taking him wherever, and he'd just be in a fucking battle royal.
Was he in there with Vintage and the Minion?
No, but Vicious Vin was. That was the big return where he sold like fucking 70 tickets and they put him on, then everybody left after his match.
No, I thought he had a singles match for his retirement match.
Yes, but it wasn't the main event. He wrestled and then it was over and all the people that came to see him left.
Yeah, I was there when he wrestled Damian Gibbs. That was his final match. He had the fucking fancy robe and everything. Yeah, Belleville High.
Yeah. And then you left.
Same situation. Yep, about 400 or 500 people walked out with him.
Bayside High?
Fair Bay. Wait, that's East Side.
That's a great movie.
What? Lean on Me?
You know, the real life principal lived across the street from me.
I heard he was a fucking wackaloon. My brother, when we were at Hall together, had a communications class, and I forget what the topic was. You had to get up and speak on something, and he came out of class one day.
Like Conan, speak on this?
Yes, and he said, "That's enough.
That's enough. No, that's enough.
That's enough."
So
lean on me. That's enough.
My brother and I met up for lunch that day. He's like, "Yo," I'm like, "How did your shit go with communications?" He goes, "Yo, some kid got up and told us the truth about Joe Clark, and he was an asshole. He treated the kids like terribly and just fucking ragged on everybody." I was like, "That's so disappointing. Morgan Freeman was awesome."
So it's like as mythical as the Drop Bear is what you're trying to say.
Pretty much. Although I don't know if you'd see Joe Clark falling out of trees in Patterson anytime soon, but who knows?
He lived on Beverly Road in West Orange. Boom.
And he actually, I heard once he got canned from East Side, he was working at like the Hudson
West
County
Side.
Youth Facility or some shit. So like
have
he
no
was
idea.
still like around, like I don't know. So
No
that was
idea.
my story about Joe Clark.
Yeah, that
Famous
was a
Clark.
completely off the rails segment there, brought to you by Off the Rails Hard Tequila. Drink
There
it,
was so
love
many
it.
great lines in that movie too, and he's telling him, "You smoke crack, don't you, son? You're killing yourself. Jump off the roof and do it expeditiously." And when he goes, "We're voting Mr. Clark out," and Sam's goes, "Yo, bitch, vote on this."
God, lots of stabbings and shit in that movie. Great movie.
Oh my God, he said it ain't his, but I ain't never been with no other boy. Fucking Lean on Me is the greatest quotable movie ever. I think better than Clerks.
It's pretty good, Tony. You're not wrong about that. I love that movie.
So good. When he goes, contrary to what you say, I'm the HNIC.
Oof.
Tony?
Take us
Mr.
over the
Donnell,
top.
what are you
Oh,
doing?
wait.
Tony?
What a fucking great movie. I love that. You know what it is, too? It's like The Sopranos. It's Patterson. It's fucking local, you know?
Yeah, it's very close.
It's like, shit, I know where that school is. Oh, my God. But we don't want a good principal. We want Mr. Clark.
Lock the doors.
Code red, code 10, code 10. The Eagles landed. Get the chains off the door. He fucking locked the kids in.
Put padlocks with Hercules chains. Like he was like, "Hey, Herc, let me chop up your chain and put them on all the doors."
Oh my God, what a fantastic movie. When the dude comes in after Darnell flips over his desk, he's like, Mr. Clark, he's like, what? What is it? It can wait.
He literally took junkyard dogs and Hercules chains and cut them up and put locks around all the doors. The two worst workers, like basically ever. He's like, "Let me get your chains, guys."
Fuck it. Listen, if you're watching, listening, Lean on Me is one of the greatest movies ever. Highly recommended. Two Tony thumbs up.
Tony, is this worse than local news? You think, Matt, or is it?
I mean, Morgan Freeman won the Outstanding Lead Actor in a Motion Picture Award in 1989 NAACP Image Awards.
Nice.
And many of the actors and actresses won Best Young Artist Awards.
It's a fantastic movie. It really is.
Great. Yeah, it was. I would watch it right now if I could. Like it's such
Robert Guillaume's in the fucking movie, for God's sake.
Oh my God!
Guillaume.
Are you shitting on Benson? Did you just shit on Benson? What is wrong with you?
No, I just shit on the last 6 minutes of the show.
Well, I'm sorry, it's not Jay White talk about New Japan.
I was going to ask you about the fucking draft. I know how that gets your loins moist.
Dude, I don't. Whatever.
Do you even want to talk about wrestling, Tony?
No, I really don't. Can we talk about more movies?
No, you start your own fucking movie podcast, man.
That's not nice. You know what?
No.
Mark Order, if you're looking for somebody to start watching AEW and give an honest, truthful opinion rather than all the happy horse shit that Kate spreads on Wednesday nights when she gets her internet working, give me a call. Hottest free agent in wrestling podcasting right here.
You're a free agent now.
Well, I mean, if you're not wanted over here for some great Lean on Me talk, I don't know what to tell you.
We're a fucking wrestling podcast, dickhead. Did you watch it? No, I watched fucking Lean on Me. Morgan Freeman movie marathon.
I watched Billy Starks and fucking Jade Cargill.
That was last week, shitbird.
I was on vacation, butt for brains.
You came back Thursday. You had fucking 5 days to watch fucking some wrestling.
No, because I had to figure out what I was picking for this god awful fucking Impact. More shit I got to pick. I'm trying to enjoy my vacation. Oh, Tony's got to pick another fucking.
You were back way before Rebellion. Rebellion was yesterday. You were back Thursday. You had 3 whole days to figure it out.
Yeah, it was a long time fucking processing things.
A long time processing things?
You know what I was trying to figure out? I was trying to figure out why Kenzie Page didn't get a fucking belt. Instead, they gave her some fucking Freebird trophy to carry around. What the fuck is Billy Corgan doing?
The NWA, what do you expect?
What is he doing? We have 2 sets of U.S. tag title belts and no fucking women's TV title. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, don't worry. All the wrestlers are featured in the new Smashing Pumpkins music video.
What pray tell fucking concoction song is this?
Oh, I don't know. I just know when they go on tour, some of the NWA wrestlers get to go on stage and wrestle. So I guess if that's what you want to do, be part of a fucking shitty wrestling promotion and wrestle in front of a bunch of fucking people having midlife crises, listening to your fucking old music. What? Yeah, you're a big Smashing Pumpkins fan, Kevin?
Nope, I'm raising my hand because I'm a midlife crisis, dude.
Maybe you could join the Bullet Club because that's what fucking David Finley looks like. A dude who had a midlife crisis. He brought a motorcycle. He dyed his hair black. Fucking asshole. Get out of here, David Finley.
Didn't Sonata just do the same thing and win the fucking world championship?
Sonata joined Just Five Guys. Taichi has the
Wait, are they serving burgers at intermission? What the fuck is Just Five Guys?
I get DoorDash it.
So wait,
Sumi Sakai's getting her orders for her.
You leave Sumi Sakai out of this. We don't know if she got back.
She's a fucking delivery girl.
all right,
When you hit him up with the fucking text for your burgers, it says Sumi is on her way.
So Matt, I have a serious question for you.
Yes.
So David Finley is the leader of the Bullet Club in New Japan,
Allegedly.
and you have Jay White and fucking Rock Hard, Juice Ferguson,
Rocky Jones?
Juice Ferguson. Who the fuck's Juice Ferguson?
Juice Robinson. Turk Ferguson.
The juice is loose.
I prefer Rock Hard Juice Ferguson. I want it.
Dude, Juice Ferguson is amazing.
So you have them in AEW, and you have Bay and Ace Austin in Impact.
Right.
Are they all not connected at all? Or are they still kind of like interloped into this like weird conundrum of Bullet Club? 'Cause I thought Jay White was exiled, and I thought that I also thought that Juice Robinson like left. I don't know, like what.
Okay, Juice Robinson is
Ferguson.
not under contract with New Japan. He's an AEW contracted talent. Jay White lost the loser leaves Japan match and then lost the he can never wrestle in New Japan, but he was never jumped out of Bullet Club like Adam Cole, AJ Styles, Kenny Omega, Fergal, all previous leaders. So I don't know if that's the story they're looking to tell. It's very much we're entering NWO 2000 years here, where we have
Love it.
I think what is he calling it? Bullet Club Gold in AEW. I know when Ace and Chris, if they go back to Japan, they are associated with the Bullet Club. I know they just kicked out ELP. They just added Clark Connors. The House of Torture is still a thing.
Yeah, they got rid of Phantasmo, right?
Yeah, they booted him.
So he got jumped out.
What's up?
He got jumped out.
Yeah, he got jumped out. So does he show up? Does he join Rock Hard Juice Ferguson
maybe,
and Razor Knife Jay White in AEW?
Razor Knife.
Wait, does Jay White go, hey, yo?
I thought it was Jay Butterknife.
Butter Squash.
I have to rethink you being a wizard.
That's what you fucking said last week, Mr. Socks.
Yeah, don't take shit from fucking refusal to go barefoot over here.
Oh, fucking the cheating connection on the bottom of the screen. It's fucking stuff the ballots, you douches.
No, I'm with Matt on this.
Stuff a cheeseburger.
Yeah, who's in the committee? These two. Who's not in the Can You Beat That anymore? Me and Kevin.
I am the liaison, and he's the game master.
Lobbing softballs. Who won the 1992 Royal Rumble? There's one answer, and both contestants still got it wrong.
It wasn't a question.
Right.
I would have got it right.
Mike Peterson shows up. He thinks he's king shit. He's putting promos out on fucking the social media.
He's trying to get himself over.
Kevin is, if the committee had any balls,
oh, here we go.
They would bring in Shining Wizards Kevin to smush him.
I'll smush anyone, bro.
I thought the person on the table was going to be Matthew Birch.
He does not want any part of the games.
But he did come up with the name of the episode, which I really appreciate. I think
Tony did too. Tony put it in the private chat, to be fair.
What, frogs in the toilet?
Yep. After Wagga Wagga.
I also put Wagga Wagga, but that I think gets supplanted by.
So the Wagga Wagga, when you said, I think Handsome Kevin mentioned Fozzie Bear. Mm-hmm. I wanted to go like Aussie Bear. Like Aussie.
Yeah, good thing you didn't, and you probably shouldn't have just now.
Ring the bell, Tony.
I give you that one, Kev.
There you go.
So Tony's complaining about Impact Rebellion. Kevin, I know you watched the show, and I think you had the best record. I think you won 8-1.
That's it, baby. And the one that I lost, which was the Hardcore War, I don't even care that I lost it because I didn't like the outcome and I didn't think it was the right move. But it's a finish of a story, and that was Tommy Dreamer, Bhupinder Gujjar, Yamura, Killer Kelly, and I'm sure there's someone else I'm forgetting. Beat Bully Ray, my dear good friend Brian Myers. Moose was the only one in wrestling gear, by the way, in that entire match. That was weird because he's the wrestling god.
I don't know about that.
Well, that's what he calls himself. So he
No,
was
I
in the
call my-
gear.
I'm
He got
fucking-
stapled in the balls, Matt.
Why would anyone want that?
He got Killer Kelly stapled a staple gun in his nutsack. That's right.
Do you have to pay extra for that?
How far off is staple to the balls as far as needle in the dick?
Because I think it's a working.
It's a working staple in the balls. He didn't get stapled in the balls. It was through his gear.
Like
too.
there wasn't big fat moose nuts naked for the world to see on pay-per-view with a fucking shiny piece of metal in them. Was there?
No.
Hey.
No, so
I get the feeling like for some reason I'm remembering there used to be a guy, or was it a Jackass thing? He would take his ball meat and staple it to his thigh. Was that Steve-O that did that shit?
Yes.
No hesitation.
The fuck do I know about that?
definitely wasn't a wrestling thing, Tony.
It had to have been a Steve-O thing.
This is me.
So KJG goes 8-1. Tony and Handsome Kevin 7-2. I went 6-3, and Brundon went 5-4. And Kevin's slowly making his way back into. He's within striking distance. Kevin takes a 2-game lead over Tony.
That's right.
I'm only 3 back. This time last year I was probably a dozen back, so I am content with where I am. Brendan is 5 back. 12 for Handsome Kevin.
So let me ask you this, guys. I had a question that I wanted to pose to you guys, because normally when I watch a pay-per-view, there's always at least one match where I say, "Hey, go back and watch this match." Like
Okay.
you have to see this. But this show, while it was awesome and it was good, it was more of like, to me, and maybe if you're in the chat, you can chime in if you watch Rebellion. It was a steady flow of great things. So is that a good thing or a bad thing that one match didn't stand out to you where you have to say, you got to see this? Or are you more content with everything being great but not spectacular? I'll start with Matt.
I don't think that's a problem. Because you stay engaged. There's no I'm gonna go get some popcorn or take a shit or take a piss or be on your phone or whatever. You're kind of engaged and everything is good and level, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm gonna go thumbs up.
T-Donk?
I think I'm more okay where if there's more important, bigger matches that really stand out and a couple of like, that could fall off. Because I think wrestling kind of needs those ups and downs. Like even when New Japan stacks their cards, like I always feel like, okay, there's a match. It's going to be good. It's not going to be great. So, this is a little bit of a break, a little bit of an emotional like separation. And then you could jump back into it.
And Kev, I just want to reiterate that this is just my opinion. Like this is only me. Other people might point out a match that was awesome that I'm maybe underselling. Like off the top of my head, Kev, I didn't watch the pre-show, so I didn't see Heath Rhino versus Shira and Singh, and I did not see the Coven versus the Death Dolls. But I guess Bullet Club, Ace Austin and Chris Bay against Motor City Machine Guns, incredible. The Dirty Dango, Joe Henry, Santino Marella, and Design match culminated with the story of the Sami Callihan finally turning on the Design. So that happened. That was a thing.
Some bullshit.
So that was real. PCO Eddie Edwards was great, other than the fucking tacky, cheap fucking casket that they used. Holy shit. Could you fucking put some effort into your fucking props?
I'm sorry to cut you off there, Kevin. Is that an Impact thing or is it a PCO thing? Because if you remember
I don't remember. I'll tell you that right now.
Won the Ring of Honor title, and they did the stupid thing with the fucking car and Destro, where you like fucking electrocuted him back to life, and he beat Rush.
I remember that.
That was also tacky and awful. It was terrible.
Matt, I'm telling you, it looks like it was bought at like the fucking dollar store. This casket. Like I swear to God,
Scott D'Amore's saving his money. He brought in fucking Nick Aldis.
Fuck yeah!
Yes. And Nick Aldis was on commentary. So right there, so that was huge. And Kevin, I'll get to your thoughts on my question before. Nick Aldis with Josh Alexander being out. Now you have Steve Macklin, your world champion, Nick Aldis, ready-made storyline. It may not go long because I feel like Nick Aldis eventually will go to WWE or AEW. But it is the perfect place setter right now until Josh Alexander comes back. And then maybe you can run it back with Kushida. But I think it was perfectly done. So, Kevin, let me ask you, do you think if everything is great, but nothing sticks out like tremendously above anything else? I mean, the X Division match was great too. Mike Bailey, fuck, what the fuck?
Trey Miguel,
yeah, and Jonathan Gresham was awesome. Yeah, but do you think that it's better that everything is great, or do you want one thing to stick out for you?
I think that if everything is great, you don't really have there's no issue, but you always want to be able to point to something on a card, like one match that you go, okay, the whole card was great, but boy, did that go head and shoulders above the rest. I think that again, there's not a problem if everything is good and everything was enjoyable and there was substance in the entire every step of the way. That's fantastic, but I still think that you want that to be able to go back and go, that was the match that stole the night.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's something to point to.
If you're Impact and you want people to buy replays on Fight or something like that, you want something to sell them. Right. But you could also say the counterpoint, the whole show was good.
Yeah. Which is great, but how are you going to get somebody to go back?
Yeah, you can't market it like that.
Because you go, oh, the whole show was great. Yeah, somebody's going to think that you're blowing smoke up their ass.
Exactly.
So you want that one, match to really stand out for people to really, grab on and go, yep, I got to go see at least that match. And then maybe throughout the course, they watch the entire card and they go, wow, this whole thing's fucking great.
So even though this was the one match I got wrong, I probably would say my favorite thing about the show, and not just because my best friend was in it, I would say the Hardcore War was probably my favorite thing on the show.
My man, Tommy.
That's it. Oh, what? Oh, no. I like Tommy. He's actually taking time off now, too, which also is weird. I know he's going through some personal stuff, but it was weird that he won if he's not going to be there.
That's the only guy that picked Dreamer. Yeah.
Yeah, it made sense for the culmination of the story and the feud and getting the one up on Bully, but if he's not going to be there.
And Dreamer always fucking loses. He made a career out of fucking losing. It doesn't make any sense. And
you know why, Tony?
Because he's a
loser. Not on Saturday, wasn't, bitch.
Right. You know what? I think I tend to agree with Matt. I'm tired of seeing Bully Ray and Tommy Dreamer in anything in wrestling in 2023.
It's so weird. Once I think that I'm tired of seeing them, I don't hate seeing them. It's so freaking. It's like a flip flop every fucking day. It's so bizarre.
Matt wouldn't know what a flip flop is.
No, because he doesn't wear shoes in the house or socks.
I know what flip flops are, and I don't wear fucking socks with them because I'm not a European douchebag
or an old man. I mean, one or the other.
Deanna Peraza is
come at me with these flip flops, motherfucker.
They're called chanclas.
I'll fucking chancla all over your face, buddy.
Would you?
You don't have enough money for me to chuckle on you.
Give him some of that raw horse meat, Matt.
Some of them hot dogs you got saved up for your fucking competition. Give me some old fucking chanclas.
I didn't mean to cut you off, KJG. I'm sorry. Tony.
No, we're good. I mean, I don't want to. We're running long. I don't want to run in too much.
Oh, you're good. We're fine. We had a fucking great long show last week. Numbers are through the roof, people.
That's right, baby. If you ain't listening,
through the fucking roof.
I got nothing.
Wait, is this right?
What is that?
Get him.
What are you doing?
Fucking doing the fucking Brady Bunch shit. Dun, 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 dun,
I don't know how to do this. He's gonna look all over the place.
So, Kevin, back to Rebellion. Macklin got his moment in the sun, and then a little face off with Nick Aldis.
That's right.
And they let the ladies main event, which I thought was nice.
Which was great,
ladies.
But again, the match was fine, but it just it didn't scream after I watched it. And maybe it was just me in the moment that when I watched it and I wasn't geared up, super geared up to watch. My boss was out, so I watched it at work. Oh, so maybe I wasn't in complete focused wrestling mode. So maybe that's why I didn't think that everything wasn't as great as it was, and everything was great. But Deanna Peraza and and Jordan Grace had a great match. And these fucking guys can go fucking kick rocks and fucking go to hell.
Trying to grab Matt's titties.
I was listening.
Can I ask you with Jordan? Right, there's a lot of people are talking a lot of shit about her. I think she's fantastic. I've always been a big fan, but her voice clearly sounds like it's changed.
All right, why don't we put a pin in that? Kev?
Okay. All right.
That might be involved in the old top 5. Oh, well, now I just spoiled it. So we'll do the other one. Glad to.
You got a top 5 about voices
related, and you'll see why once we do it.
Jace.
Jace, as my dear good personal friend Peter Rosenberg would say.
Kev, you're making me wear out the bell tonight. With all
Hey
this.
Tony, I saw Marty Brodeur the other day too. Actually, how about that?
How about Colin White?
I did not. He's in Arizona. I did not see him.
He's playing for the
Nobody's.
Really? He's
older than me, man.
He left?
What do you mean he left?
I don't know.
He's 45 years old. Who's he playing?
No, but he
for?
was like a Jersey guy, no? Like
No. He just was visiting Arizona.
Oh, but he's coming back.
Yeah. He got
Well,
me
you made it sound like he's gone for good. You're like,
he
he's
got
in
me the
Arizona.
tickets. He got me the alumni suite tickets.
Well, shit, I didn't know you were like BFFs. Where like, oh, he's on vacation.
Have you not seen the picture of him wearing our shirt with me in a headlock?
I got this one,
That's
Tony.
like 10 years ago, dude. It was like
Keep
last
going.
week.
Everyone, let's go. Another great segment.
How'd you guys feel about Jeff Hardy returning to AEW?
I didn't see it coming, but I loved it. I don't care. I mean, I care, but I don't know. If
You can't say you don't care and then say you care. You got to pick a side.
Right.
That's true. It's tough though.
What's so tough about it?
Well, at least Matt's
no.
gonna have
I'm
something
glad
to
that
do
he's
now.
back. If he's clean and sober and he's back and he's going to stay healthy, then I like it.
Okay, Kevin Rogue, you look like you said no.
We just fucking talked about it. He needs to take a $5, right? He just go for now. Just go for now. And I mean, it might have been rust. He didn't look super crisp at all. And I mean, time away and all, I get that, but like it just
It was a run-in and a swanton. Like,
I know what it was. I watched it, Kevin.
Here's the thing, Matt always kind of went a little more ground-based compared to Jeff. Jeff is too old to be doing that shit anymore. He really is.
So, Tony, do you notice how he does the swanton now? He doesn't do it like he used to. He literally does it like a pancake on his back on the guys to protect himself.
Dude, he's throwing himself off the top rope on top of somebody. Like you could pancake, you could flip, you could do whatever you want. It's still gonna fucking hurt. That's rough, dude.
I'll tell you this though, I was really happy that he didn't recreate his debut when like he like went to the crowd first and like pandered while his brother was getting the shit beat out of him, and he just literally ran down with his artist chair and and started to fuck shit up.
You know, I got to ask.
Okay.
Because the rumors are flying.
Uh-oh. About me?
CM Punk back in AEW?
He'll be back.
Said it the entire time.
So if you believe everything you read in the dirt sheets,
fuck Dave Meltzer.
I believe everything.
It is now rumored that AEW will be adding a Saturday night show.
Yep.
And CM Punk,
CL Punk. And Juice Ferguson.
CM Punk, who stole all his moves from Kenta, is going to be like a main attraction because apparently the Elite and or the Young Bucks refuse to be on the same show as CM Punk.
That's bullshit. That's some if that's true, yeah, that's some pussy bullshit right there, if that's true.
Just put stuff on me. No, I'm Tony. I'm 100% with you. I've been saying it forever, and it's documented on the show. Punk was coming back because there's too much money to be left on the table. But if he comes back and they don't do something with this, I mean, you still need Punk, but total fucking bullshit on your EVPs.
Now,
Punk was making Tony Khan fucking real money. He was the needle mover that we've always talked about. Tony Khan would be out of his fucking balls if he doesn't bring CM Punk back.
Oh man.
Did Kevin Lee? I thought you got excited. You kind of spoiled out on me for a minute. And they're just like Tony Khan's biggest problem is Tony Khan. He doesn't know. He doesn't have the balls to drop the hammer when he needs to drop the hammer.
He's out of his balls.
You could have 400 EVPs in your company, but if you're the fucking guy holding the money, you got to stop that shit. You got to fucking put the stop to it. You got to tell him, look, he's making me fucking money. Either you get in a ring with him or you can go home and fucking ride out your contracts.
So here's the thing and then I'm pretty sure they're all negotiating new deals because I think all of their deals are up, if I'm not mistaken, soon. Maybe not next year.
I believe you're right, Kevin. I think the Bucks deals are up soon.
I thought Kenny got added time for being out. I think he was in like November.
Yeah, but because of his injury, but the Bucks are coming up sooner. They'll be up before Kenny.
So now, Matt, this raises the question: if you're the Bucks and you're EVPs, Cody Rhodes was an EVP, he left. If you want nothing to do with CM Punk, and WWE is, I've heard that WWE, I think I want to credit the right person. It may have been Fightful, it may have been like Stapp or whatever, Sean Stapp. They said that their WWE is kind of in a hiring freeze, which is why Jay White is in AEW. And so maybe if the Bucks are negotiating and WWE is right there, but WWE is not hiring, I don't know, WWE would pay a whole lot of money for the Bucks, I think.
They would, but do the Bucks want that lifestyle, like that on the road? Here your EVPs, you're working 1 day a week.
That I can't answer. Yeah.
They'll be happy in NXT being like the NXT tag.
They're not going to be in NXT, you crazy.
You know what, man? Adam Cole was NXT. Fucking Ciampa was to NXT.
NXT was a different NXT was a different place then. And Samoa Joe was NXT. Yes. AJ Styles didn't go to NXT.
No, he's the outlier, right?
Is he the outlier?
Sure.
And I don't think
Owens went there. Zayn went there.
I don't think that a hiring freeze is anything to if the talent's right and it matches up, you don't go, sorry, we're on a hiring freeze. We're not going to bring you in.
Well, from what I read on, or what I heard on one of his podcasts, is that I think that's why that they didn't hire Jay White. And that's why they didn't. I could be misquoting that, so I don't want to put false stuff out there, but
Jay White didn't want to be Jimmy Black. That's the problem.
He didn't want to be Cotton Eye Joe, is what you're saying.
Sure. Also, all the rumors about the company being bought and Vince McMahon sliding back into a position of power has probably affected FTR too, right?
You mean Gomez Adams?
Bro, that mustache has got to fucking go, bro. He looks like such a ghoul.
That's a fucking hey! I got an idea. Give yourself a real thin mustache. Do.
So it isn't so once the deal actually goes through with Endeavor, Vince McMahon will have no power whatsoever. He'll have no majority. He will not be the majority stockholder, which means that at some point when the deal goes through at the end of the year, if it does, that he can be fired. You're fired. So I don't think him being involved has anything, and this is just me, I don't think it has anything super serious to do with how people would perceive coming back to the company. So, or going to the company. So I think if the Young Bucks want to go and make money like Cody did, they'll do it.
Yeah, see, I think Cody went for his legacy.
I think Cody went for the money.
I agree to disagree.
Yeah, as I say, I'm with you on that one, Matt. I think it's for Cody, it was definitely more of a legacy thing.
It's his legacy and to get all his father's shit, rightfully own his father's shit.
What do you mean?
And he came back and he headlined a fucking WrestleMania.
Yeah. No, I think part of his deal is now he has all of Dusty's stuff. Whatever was in the WWE warehouse and whatever was in the museum, he has the rights to all of Dusty's stuff now.
So what do you think? He's got the fucking Stampede boot?
Maybe. I mean, I'm sure. Look, don't get me wrong. Money probably played a factor, but also like that's his legacy is winning the championship his father never got to win. And we had this conversation in the car ride. Like, I don't think the state of professional wrestling is where it is without Dusty Rhodes, good and bad.
Yeah.
Did you watch his documentary?
I didn't, but I heard it was really good.
It's really fucking good.
I watched the Sheik documentary last night. I still haven't seen the Dusty one.
Dusty one is incredible. It might be the best one they've done.
Wait, the Sheik or the Iron Sheik?
Iron Sheik. Yeah,
Oh,
Iron Sheik was
Bubba.
last night.
Bubba, intelligent businessman, Bubba. You need to look that one up. Who is it? Steve Carino tells the story about the Sheik, and I think it was at the Mighty Maccabee show. Actually, that's another one you need to look up in the archives, where it's supposed to be like the Mighty Maccabee is like supposed to win the show, but the Sheik just kind of goes off about the Jewish businessman and all this and that shit. It's like fucking classic Iron Sheik being like racist against the Jews.
Jeez.
In front of, he said it was Ken Resnick, but I don't think it was Ken Resnick. I think it was another well-known announcer that was on the show. But yeah, you know, the gimmick of the show is like Mighty Maccabee saves the day, you know, like he's a hero to all the Jewish kids, but she kind of like, you know, took it, you know, where the Sheik takes it.
Gotcha.
Well, speaking of the Sheik and documentaries, I don't think we talked about this. Dark Side of the Ring is getting a season 4, and it's going to premiere May 30th at 10 p.m. We've got a couple ideas of what we're going to see. It looks like we're going to see the Chris Candido, Tammy, Sonny Sitch story, the car accident that derailed the career of Magnum TA, which was a motorcycle accident, but I guess a car was involved too. Wrestling most unhinged monster, he's Abdul the Butcher, a focused look on the troubled life of Marty Jannetty. That's much more.
Rock and roll, strut and stroll, slam and jam, baby.
Oh yeah.
So that's I think they just announced those.
It was just last week they announced those.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I could get the whole listing. Here we go. What do we got here? Come on, stop fucking doing stupid shit here. Candido, Junkyard Dog, Doink the Clown.
Doink? Which Doink?
I'm guessing Matt Bourne.
Yeah.
Right, because he had a pretty fucked up life.
Sure did.
Matt Bourne was Doink for like a year, if that.
That was the best version of Doink.
Yeah, but why not make it like the Matt Bourne thing?
Oh, because I think because of his story coming from Portland, where he was such a highly touted talent, you know, being part of WrestleMania 1, but his demons always keeping him out of the spotlight, not allowing him to achieve the level of success that maybe he was destined. I don't know. We're going to find out when we watch the Dark Side of the Ring.
That's right, baby.
Is it time?
Oh, it's time.
Oh, it's time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Shining Wizards faithful, Shining Wizards universe,
I have for you, I have 2 top 5s potentially for you all. So one of them is going to be awesome. The other one's going to be more interactive. So, because I'm sure I'm forgetting things. So let me ask you this, guys. You could pick one or the other. We're going to do both. But which one do you want to do first? Do you want to do Summer of Kevin, or do you want to do Jack first? Tony, I'll ask you.
Let's do Jack.
All right. So this is a top 5 list of wrestlers that were uncomfortably and awkwardly and might be still incredibly jacked.
Jordan Grace.
Okay. Fires right off. And number 3, Jordan Grace.
Listen, man, sometimes my correct answers are few and far between. I got to take one when it's given to me.
So I just want to preface this by saying I'm not shaming anybody. Do what you got to do. If you want to work out, be hard, be big, be great. That's awesome. but sometimes it's uncomfortable to look at. And I just also want to preface this that 2 of these are not active superstars, and 3 of them, sans Jordan Grace now, are. So 2 are, 2 aren't current.
I got a feeling I know another one already.
Can I get a Brian Cage?
Tony, ring that bell as much as you fucking can. That is number 1 on the list. He is just a big motherfucker. And it's like, how did you pass a wellness test anywhere? And the fact that he thought he may have had a shot at WWE without passing a test, oofa loofah. Or oofa doofa.
Loofah.
GSMI, MFers.
I don't know what happened here. Okay. All right. So we got number 3 and we got number 1, Jordan Grace and Brian Cage.
It's got to be a Scott Steiner.
Handsome Kevin, you ring your bell. You have one, right? There you go. Scott Steiner is number 2 on the list. Freaks and Peaks, holla if you hear me. Clearly the craziest sumbitch ever in wrestling.
I don't know if you'll have this one. It might not even be a thought about it.
See, this is the one I wanted to be interactive. So, like, if you say something that I don't have, I will totally accept it.
Jinder Mahal.
I thought about him. Tony.
All right. You did think about it.
Totally
okay.
thought about Jinder Mahal because when he came back in his world title run, he was insanely jacked. And I'm like, whoa, that's not the Jinder Mahal that I know. But no, he is not on the list.
I know he's a piece of shit and we hate him, but is Ryback on the list?
Another good poll. No.
I was ready with the bell.
No, it's another good poll, but no, because I don't like him.
Staying right with that, and I know he's a piece of shit and we hate him. Lex Luger.
No, Lex Luger never looked overly insanely jacked to me. So, like I said, one of them is no longer an active wrestler, but you never know. And this is also more of his like later years as opposed to his early run.
Can I 6 survivors?
Oh no.
I heard Survivor Series in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy, can I? Am I gone?
No,
you're back.
Can I get a Jimmy Snuka?
No.
How about
it's not the 80s, early 90s where everyone was like abnormally fucking huge.
How about EC3?
That's a great pull, Tony. Thought about him? No.
How many are we missing? We missing 1 or 2?
You're missing 2. You're missing 5 and 4. One of them is currently wrestling, and one of them is not, but it's.
Would you go Gresham?
I thought about Gresham, Tony.
I'm getting some foul tips here.
I know you're batting. You're staying alive in the count.
How about like a Chris Masters?
Thought about him too. Not on the list.
What about Triple H?
No, I didn't even think about him.
Huh.
Matt, you have a very good relationship with Long.
I have a very good relationship with him.
The Ultimate Warrior.
Got to beat him up once, I think. Or you wanted to beat him up.
Bobby Lashley?
Bobby Lashley! Number 4. I don't know how he slid under the radar this entire time being so jacked.
Fuck. Brock Lesnar.
No, not Brock Lesnar.
What? He's a fucking gorilla.
Yeah, but he's more like, he's like, oh, wait, look at me. I'm Brock Lesnar. I'm like fat jacked.
Fat jacked.
So this person is not wrestling but could wrestle.
One of the greatest of all time.
One of the greatest of all time. Shawn Michaels?
Oh, get out of here, you stupid idiot.
Really? Stupid idiot.
No, it's for dramatic effect, Tony. It's for the
I
podcast.
understand. It's a little harsh, though.
No, you're right. I take it back. That's frozen. Oh no, there he is.
No, I was just looking off into
out into the land to see who's on the wall. Who's maybe the guy.
You wouldn't say Ezekiel Jackson, would you?
No, I would never. Even though I love Zeke. This is the guy that was later in his career, came back insanely jacked. Probably because of his other job.
Don Morocco, The Rock?
Yeah, what was his other job? A car salesman?
Buff Bagwell?
Nope.
His other job.
Good guess.
Other job.
Ken Shamrock?
Another good guess, but no, but he was like believably jacked. We're talking about a guy who was one of the greatest of all time, who came back later, and looked insanely, like unbelievably fucking powerhouse Hobbs-ish.
John Cena?
Nope.
Bobby Eaton.
Eaton? Bobby Eaton was super jacked.
Greatest of all. Batista?
Nope. Come on, guys. You guys are fucking ridiculous.
Randy Orton?
Eaton? No. Yorton?
Orton.
It's not the Warrior. It's not Hogan.
Oh, the Warlord.
I told you it wasn't one of those. No, I thought about the Warlord actually, but no.
You would think the Warlord's one of the greatest of all time?
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Listen, it's Kevin. He said he could he could do a 2-year podcast run about the Dungeon of Doom. Of course, he thinks the Warlord's the greatest.
Number one is Max Muscle.
Oh shit! It's fucking Van Hammer.
No.
Insanely jacked. Kurt Angle?
Oh, come on. I can't believe you guys are missing this.
Oh, I'm looking at him right here. He's right in front of me. Macho Man Randy Savage.
No. Oh, that's a great pull, but no. 2000 Macho Man was it's a great pull. No. Stars, like fucking stars on his fucking shirt and black.
Zack Ryder.
Oh man, I wish I had a bell. No, it's not Zack Ryder.
All right, Matt Cardona.
It's the best. Talk about if you put the top like 5 most drawing wrestlers in the world on there.
Austin?
No.
The Rock.
Bell it, Tony.
Number 5
It
is
makes
The
sense.
Rock. When he
He's right.
came back for that John Cena run, he was insanely not believably jacked.
He
and it was
still
because
is.
He was a movie star.
Yeah.
And he does roids probably.
Allegedly, yeah. Walk that back a little bit.
Yeah. No, but come on, it's Hollywood. Everyone does it. Fucking rappers, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, everyone does it.
So
Eddie
top
Kingston.
5 of uncomfortably jacked wrestlers to look at. Number 5, The Rock. Number 4, Bobby Lashley. Number 3, Jordan Grace. Number 2 was Scott Steiner. And number 1 was Brian Cage. So boom, that's the top 5. You guys want to do another one?
Yeah, let's rattle off your second one.
All right, so this is the summer of Kevin. This is SummerSlam. SummerSlam just made some news, breaking pre-sale records or some sort of crazy records. So I'm going to give you my top 5 favorite SummerSlam main events. That's going to smash some shit.
The Mega Powers versus the Mega Bucks.
Negative.
Lex Yoko.
Negative.
Cena and The Rock versus The Miz and R-Truth.
That was Survivor Series. Negative.
Sorry.
What was that? Austin, was it Austin Kane Taker?
No, that was Unforgiven or something like that.
Was that okay?
Austin Taker was Highway to Hell 98, but that's not on the list.
Undertaker, Underfaker.
Negative. Oh my god, this is
Bret Hart and Undertaker.
Tony, ring that bell hard as you can. That is number 1, baby. Bret Hart versus Undertaker, SummerSlam 97 at the Brendan Byrne Arena, Continental Airlines Arena. I was there. It was
3 of the
awesome.
4 Wizards were there, I think.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Hogan, Savage, DiBiase, Andre.
I said that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was playing with my broken
Yeah,
mic.
you were smashing a mic.
I wasn't smashing. I was just figuring out where I'm going to put it.
Got an idea. Just Vader Michaels.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh wait, SummerSlam. Honky Tonky Man and the Warrior.
It's the main event, Tony.
No.
No, I'm talking. My list is the main events.
Oh, main events. That's not a main event anywhere in the country.
The last match of the show.
Oh.
How about Shawn and Hulk?
Kevin
Thought
about it. I actually took that off. It was number 5. I took it off. I took it off for something else that I remember that I loved very much more. Maybe not very much more, but maybe dramatic. But
Warrior Rude in the cage.
no, didn't Hulk Earthquake close that show?
Maybe.
Oh shit! Fucking Hogan and Beefcake against Zeus and Macho Man.
Tony, ring the bell. You are 2 for 2, my man. That comes in at number 4. Hulk Hogan and Brutus versus Zeus and Macho Man. 1989. That build-up was so awesome. Started at that.
With the cauldron and shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Would Hulk and Warrior against Sergeant Slaughter and General Adnan be on that list?
Thought about it, and you also have to include Colonel Mustafa in that, but no, it did not make the list. Some of them are more recent that you guys probably won't think I would have, but
recent.
How about Brock and Rock?
Nope.
How about Brett Davy Boy?
Tony, ring that bell one more time. You guys are fucking struggling. Tony's carrying you. Number 2. Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog, Wembley Stadium, 1992, baby.
Fuck yeah.
What was it?
So you're missing number 5 and you're missing number 3.
Was it?
One of them's a multi-man match.
That's the one with Jesse the Body, right?
No.
As the referee?
Nope. Not on the list. I know you're talking about Triple H, Austin, Mankind.
Okay, that's not on the list.
Mm-mm.
Is there a Cena Orton that you're a big fan of?
No. Cena's in one matches.
Is Cena Sheamus a SummerSlam thing?
If it is, no, I don't think it is, and it's not on the list.
Okay.
What about Punk Brock?
You got one of the guys, and it's not Brock.
Oh yeah.
So one of them involves CM Punk, and of course now you guys can go through Wikipedia and look at all the main events.
Is it Punk Del Rio?
It is not Punk Del Rio.
Punk Hardy?
And you guys are going through all sorts of Wikipedia.
Yeah,
here.
we are kind of.
Tony, ring the bell. Because you got Jeff Hardy versus CM Punk, 2009 tables, ladders, and chairs. Punk wins the belt from CM Punk. Then Undertaker comes out afterwards and stares them down. So now you're just missing number 3.
Number 3. Number 3.
3.
A 1, a 2, a 3.
Is it Roman Brock?
No, there's no Brock.
Is it Danielson Orton?
It is not Danielson Orton.
You said it was multi-people?
Yep. A lot of people in this bad boy.
A lot.
Okay. All right. I think I know.
Yeah, of course, because now you're.
Did you look at? Is it like Goofy, like and D?
It's either Team WWE versus the Nexus, or it's going to be the Elimination Chamber where Triple H was the champ.
All right, I'll take a pick.
Take it.
Who's firing?
Elimination Chamber.
It's Team Otunga Bunga versus Team Cena.
That's right. Team WWE, John Cena, Bret Hart, Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryan, Edge, John Morrison, again, and R-Truth against the Nexus. Wade Barrett, Darren Young, David Otunga, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, Michael Tarver, and Skip Sheffield, a.k.a. that piece of shit Ryback.
7-on-7.
7-on-7. I love the Nexus. I love that angle. I love this main event. So here it is, your top 5, my top 5 favorite SummerSlam main events. Jeff Hardy versus CM Punk in 2009, Hulk Hogan and Beefcake versus Macho Man and Zeus in 1989, Team WWE. I won't mention all the participants in 2010. 2, Bret Hart, British Bulldog, 1992. And number 1, Bret Hart, Undertaker, 1997. Bret Hart's in 3 of these top 5 main events.
Yeah, I wouldn't count that one in where he was in the giant.
Yeah, no, you can't because he's wrestling in jeans. Jorts.
Yeah, he looked like somebody's grandmother.
Yeah, he's a very creepy dude.
He's an old lesbian, bro.
So hurtful.
It's true.
I understand. And it's true that this has been episode 633 of the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. I'd like to tell Brian from StreamYard to eat a dick again for your obvious answer to my question, you peckerwood. I want to thank Shepard Alexander for joining us from the New Zealand New Japan Pro Wrestling Dojo. I want to thank KJG, Handsome Kevin, and Shining Wizards Tony,
Juice Ferguson,
and of course Juice Ferguson.
Oh, I love Juice Ferguson.
For always pushing the envelope with my rage. It's always fun. Fuck out.
Rage against the Matt Sheen.
I guess I'm back to the fucking soundboard now.
So there's nothing wrong with the soundboard. Sounds good.
Next week I will not be here.
No.
It's the wife's birthday, so we're gonna do some fun activities.
Happy birthday, Lopan.
I think we're gonna go. We're gonna do some axe throwing or something.
Oh,
Go-kart racing.
Matt, go stand in front of that target.
Yeah. Years
Gonna go play William Tell with some axes.
Fuck yeah, dude.
years in the making. It's like a WrestleMania promo. Years in the making. Throwing
So
axes.
I will not be here next week. So you guys have someone has to be angry. I guess I don't know.
I'm pissed.
I'm super angry, Matt.
Fuck Dave at fucking Streamyard.
Brian,
Fucking Streamyard, eat a dick and fucking Scott.
Scott's a hand job.
yeah, that's a hand job. Well, this has been
Dick and Harry.
Yeah, fucking Mary's a twat.
top fives. Were all... You guys,
Look, I'm playing volleyball over the fucking microphone.
you guys have been fantastic. And all you listeners, please continue to support, review, some. Check out the bonus episode I did with Aaron Hanare.
Nice.
It's a great introduction if you're not familiar with Aaron Hanare from the New Japan Pro Wrestling and the United Empire. So nice, Tony.
Let's go Devils.
Wait, what happened? What are you doing?
It's called ending the show.
Who's having a stroke?
Yeah.
Good night.